right. Alright. I'm still waking up. Even though I've been up for a half hour, I'm still waking up. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. Let's see what we are going out. Check going inside. Perfect, perfect. Alright. Let's just play a game. Let's get warmed up. Let's play a game and get some warm up in before we jump into anything in particular. Get the magic blood flowing. My hand's not terrible. I can fix the mana by going for hunt. So I think I keep. And I'm on the draw, so it's fine. Unless our opponent's playing like aggro. Is it of some sort? Unsure.
No. Wait.
Witherbloom Apprentice dies probably if I play it out. Hunt's probably the best way to fix this. We'll get Environmental Sciences to fix our mana. Our opponent has something because they're stuck here and I'm tapped out, so I'm not holding priority. Sure. I mean, that pest was gonna... That's big scary. I mean, it kind of proves why I shouldn't have, played. I'm not in any rush because our opponent's not in any rush, so might as well let them make the first big move. I have a second witch, so might as well play this one. See what happens. If they want to counter it, they can counter it. I mean, I have a second one, so I'm not really scared to lose it. In worst case scenario, they don't counter it. I'll just village rights it if they try to move it. All right. I'm not sure. I'm assuming they're gonna get one of their lessons. Sure. All right, we're casting double spells. Okay, that's their MO right now is double the spells, double the fun. So if they have removal, per se, like burn and stuff, they're going to be able to get double the copies, which is going to be unfortunate, but they're going to have to still pay the ward price.
I could do with a quick sparring match before class.
So the real question is, are they really going to put a card under twice, or... They put one. Wait, did they just get rid of their... Seems like a terrible move.
Hey, let's hit the books.
Well, if they have removal, let's just try to punish them in any sort of way. That's fine. I mean, I can literally just kill their whole board in just one fell swoop. So I'm not really worried. That's fine. It's still it's a 0 power. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. Wait, why didn't I get a pest? Did it also kill the pest I created? Okay. So it's like a deck I've seen before. Alright, I need... something. Yep, it's fine. Still fine. You gotta pay 3 life. And you also have to have a second copy, I guess? Okay.
You need to sit this one out.
I'll take 8. It's not going too bad. We're just warming up in the first game, playing against some sort of like double vision style deck here. Draw cards. I'll get rid of their extra copy stuff. If they allow it. I mean, they're holding a priority, so if they don't want their double cast spell thing to get rid of. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. And Valentine. I mean, if they want to remove stuff, I mean, it's going to be on them. So. Just create board presence. I'm not dead. I'm closer to still being in this. Like, they're at 6, so I'm in a good spot. I just got to draw, you know, some stuff to keep the board, you know, board filled. I guess they're counting. I'm not 100% sure. All right, expressive iteration. It took a minute for them to figure out that. I guess I'm not. Maybe they're looking for removal, but I know like Fire Prophet, they need like double the spells. I'm not really worried about Will, to be quite honest. He's gonna draw him 2 more cards. Okay.
There's got to be a spell somewhere.
Sure. I'll gain 2 life. At this point, essentially what needs to happen is I need to draw a creature, and this would put them in like a spot where they have to do direct damage to my face and can't actually hit my creature. I guess I'll take, you know, I won't take the 8. Only take 7, puts me down to 14. So with a draw of a creature, I'm in a good spot because they can't attack me or they're dead. and that's not a creature. So I die because, well, I'm not dead unless I have a burn. They have the direct removal at this point if I draw a creature. Sure.
You just stay there.
But I mean, I think I did pretty well with being in a disadvantage. That's fine. The other thing is now they have a flyer, so I would need like... Do you have direct removal or direct damage? You don't. You have the buy by 0 that you don't have enough mana for. I will go out with a bang. Okay, they don't want me to kill myself. I'm at 1. Okay, they're very concerned about me drawing my 1 card to kill myself. Interesting. Some people sometimes. Alright, get some gold. 8,000. 1,000 gems. Still a long ways away from getting the last 70 spells casted, but I think now that the quick draft has rotated back to Strixhaven, I think I'm going to hop into doing some of that. Just to kind of help build my collection overall, I think is a good idea. Especially on my free-to-play account. I think I can do possibly 1 quick Strixhaven draft, and then depending on how I do, I could possibly even do a premiere afterwards. Or I can do, you know, as many quick drafts I can without, you know, running out of currency. So I think we start with the quick draft. Okay, let me make it. I like the other screen. I mean, it's up to you. Draft for me is a good way to just build your collection. So that's kind of like why I like doing draft. But I mean, if you want to get more familiar with the game, depending on how new you are, you can always wait. I just think drafting is your best bet to get as many cards as possible from packs. Because the packs differential is like you get 8 in a pack you buy with gold, as where you can pick your 15 cards from each pack from a draft. So it's like you get more cards. Blood Mage, is that the play? Hunt's good. I don't know. To me, this just feels meh. 3 mana to get something. Just what? I'd rather have like Hunt. I don't know. To me that feels like the better play in this pack. Expanded Anatomy is pretty good, but we don't have any creatures, so we don't really know where we're going. Spectre is good later, but I feel like that could probably, rotate around. I think I go for Hunt for Specimens. I'm not, impressed by my draft. By my rare. Plum's pretty good, I think. I mean, this is feeling very Witherbloom. Yeah, you can definitely rare draft if you have the opportunity. So if you're looking for, cards in particular, or you're just gonna pick the rare, is always good. But I mean, I would always try to build at least somewhat a competitive deck. I think Apprentice could be decent. It's tough. I mean, it looks like either Witherbloom or looks like Witherbloom's open. Let's take the Witherbloom Apprentice. Why not? Let's try to build. I guess go the Witherbloom way. Cram Session's pretty good. I think from this pack, I think it's the best card in this current slot. Like, if it rotates around. Another Cram Session. Let's do Science. Yeah, I guess do Sciences. Science is good. Having that mana fixing in case. Fractal. Take that. I'm not really impressed by the combat trick. Blue looks wide open based on this, so maybe we take Compulsive, kind of see where we go. Go Blink's really good. Or sorry, I thought that was Blink. Never mind, wrong card. Ingredients, not bad. Let's put compulsive over here just in case we change. Yeah, science is definitely always a one. Pest summoning is actually really good for our deck. So put pest summon in the side. Jeez, this is my pack already. Sacrifice a creature, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, activate only as a sorcery. I mean, it's okay, it's not great. I guess we take one Agonize in. Out of all those cards, I think Agonize is probably the best. I mean, the campuses are really good, but it's just not my color. I guess we take an introduction just because we're a little lacking on removal at the moment. Infuse, I guess, just to give, you know, something death touch and make it come back. We'll just reject in the sideboard. None of these are really good, so throw that in the sideboard. I guess Novice and throw in Discovery in the sideboard. Next pack. This is definitely much quicker when you don't do this with real players, just because it's automated, like passing it to you. Professor's pretty good, I think, here. I'm not really white, so I don't think Guiding Voice is the play. I don't really have blue, so I think Professor is probably the best. Second Professor, not bad. Emergent Sequence is pretty good. Brackish Trudge is not bad as being like a reoccurring creature. I don't have a lot of life gain except for the pest I can possibly create, but a 3-mana 4/2 is not bad. It's pretty big impact with a reoccurring theme, so I think it's the Trudge. Accomplish Alchemist is not bad just because it's a mana fixer. It's a 2/5, which is a pretty decent. Big Play could be good. Dina could be pretty good if we can get a decent amount of life gain. What we got going on here? We have a little bit of life gain, so I think Tenured Incaster could probably rotate. But I think it's the Dina. I think I take Dina here. I think she could be pretty big impact just because of the pinging. Master is actually pretty good. It's a 4/4. Blood Research is also pretty good. Mage Hunter is okay. It's a 4-mana removal, which is not the best. I think we take Blood Researcher just because it can become pretty big, and we don't really have a lot of 3-drops, so it's a pretty decent 3-drop, and it has Menace, so it's not bad in that sense. Plum. I take Plum. No, I'm not. Maybe. I don't know. Mage Duel could be okay. I don't really have a lot of big creatures, but Blood Drinker become pretty good. I don't have a lot of removal at all. Like, where's my removal? I have a card that gives something with Death Touch. Yeah, that's about it right now. So maybe I take a Mage Duel as like a fight spell. Oh, this is definitely not a friendly pack. Professor's really good. It's just, I don't know. I don't, maybe Splash White. For Professor, it looks like whatchamacallit, Silver Quill is kind of like open at the moment. So I'm just gonna grab Combat Professor because it's strong. Woe Eater, I guess we'll grab. Pretty big guy. I'm not really a fan of anything in this pack. To be quite honest, nothing really works. So I'll grab the Campus and I think throw it in the side. Yeah, I'm not in love with anything in this pack either. I guess I'll grab the Lesson. All right, this is not a bad pack. This is, I think, my opening pack. Sequence for the ramp. Got a +1/+1 counter trying to draw a card. It's nothing too major, big play. Reckless. Plum rotated. Sure, we'll take Plum. We'll take Beach and Eager first year. All right. Oh, okay. Just a nonchalant time warp open impact. Yeah. Okay. That's what we need here. Unfortunately, we're not blue. Or I would take time warp just because, but I mean, like, time warp is a great card just to have in your collection. Pest summon in because I need all the pests. I don't have a lot of removal. Sucks. I think it's infused possibly, just because I can get something back. Combat Professor is really strong. I could take a second one. 2 of them's not bad. Another pest summon in. Jeez, Field Trip is actually really big. Juke is, I guess, one of the removals we can get, so I guess we drop Juke. Another Science is probably not worth it. One's probably good enough. I mean, yeah, I guess one's fine. I'm not really sure if we're splashing white, so it's tough to say, like, I need another one. I think this Warlock's pretty good just because whenever we attack with a creature +1/+1, we gain and lose a life. Honor Troll's not bad. Spectre's okay because of its late game, like pinging your opponent for 2 damage and you gain 2 life. Honor Troll's just good because it helps us gain just that 1 additional life, but I don't think it's like that big. And it also has Vigilance, which is okay, but I think I take the Spectre here just because of its late game potential. Inkling Summon in, I can take 1 of just because. Why not? Just grab a lesson. You know, having flying's pretty good. Another Demigoth. I think 2 is probably way too many just because it makes a sacrifice. So we don't have a lot of pest production. I think another Blood Drinker. Rise is really good as a big, like, removal. I guess Crocodile, maybe in main board if we need it. Another Infuse, I guess. Crushing Disappointment is how I feel right now, so. But I mean, it's an okay card draw. I mean, if we have Gain in Life, I guess Guiding Voice. I'm not really playing any super big creatures unless I get, you know, Fractal Summon in, so I don't know if big play is really worth it. I guess we'll just take the charge throw. Mancer, what I have. No, that's not what I grabbed already. Guiding Voice is what I grabbed. Okay. So this is an okay draft. I wouldn't say it's anything super crazy. 45 cards in the deck. Actually telling me to play. I don't want to play Lumimancer. Guiding Voice is okay. First year's not really what we're trying to do. Professor's okay. I'll probably get rid of the Novice. The Researcher's pretty good. Juke's okay. Where's our removal? So it's Juke and Extus is clear removal. I'll get rid of Crushing Disappointment. Not really sold on that card, to be quite honest. What else do we have for removal? That's hand removal. That's not really removal. I guess Fight Spell is kind of like removal, but we don't have a lot of big creatures. I guess it's really just those 3 cards, and then the only other card that we can count as kind of like removal would be the Infuse, just because it will allow us to it allows us to give creatures Death Touch. I mean, it's an okay deck. I just gotta cut 1 card. Land's kind of interesting, the way they spread it out, even though we don't have a lot of white. I feel like maybe Guiding Voice is not the greatest in this situation. Agonize Remorse is okay. It's not great. So maybe Agonize Remorse. I honestly think we have better things to do on turn 2 than play. Let's look at our opponent's hand and see what's going on kind of thing. So I think we go over to that and then go with this. And that's 13, 17 lands, which is not bad. Yeah. Nah, I just have basic lands. I was like, do I have any cool lands on this account? I'm like, no, I don't. Let's put some cool sleeves on our deck, though. What about Guiding Voice? I think Guiding Voice should stay. I actually like Guiding Voice, even though we don't play a lot of creatures. I do think it's okay. We'll put some sweet witherbloom sleeves on the deck. So now we're not going to ruin our draft cards that we just picked up. Yeah, I mean, we have interesting cards in our sideboard. Just don't, I don't see a lot of playables. But I like, Guiding Voice is okay as just another card that has Learn. I mean, the worst case scenario, we don't have a big creature, but we have a creature that we put an additional counter on and may get it out of the way. Oh god, is our deck's not 5 colors? What? Our deck has 3 colors. What are you talking about, game? I guess because my sideboard has a bunch of colors in it, but clearly Magic is not understanding what's going on. But clearly, I'm playing 5 colors today. I don't know what's going on here. We're playing 5-color draft, guys. We're going crazy, even though there's no mana fixing whatsoever. Like any of the whatchamacallits, no mana fixing whatsoever. Oh, opponent goes first. Our hand is amazing for the array of colors we have, so we're definitely not keeping this one. This is better. Still no green, but we're on the draw. I may have to adjust the numbers because I honestly don't think the numbers are right with the lands, because somehow we drew a lot of white, which is weird. I guess our opponent's trying to figure out what land they want to play. It's a tough choice. Yeah, this is gonna go great. I'm already upset with my land choice right now, just because it's really more supposed to be a splash of white, but clearly we're not doing that. We're doing white and black with a splash of green at this point. I mean, my hope is to draw a green mana source. Is it a sciences? What is Ooh, Containment Breach. All right, okay. I mean, I'm not mad. We drew our green source, so everything's coming up Millhouse. Our opponent's reading their card they picked up from their sideboard. Okay. We are demonic tutoring on turn 3 for our key card that's gonna win us the game. Interesting. It still has no idea what I'm playing. We're just black and white on the board, but it's gonna go directly into their deck and find their card they're gonna use to win the game. This is quite interesting, I'll be quite honest. Now we can cast anything. Yeah, exactly. This was all content play. Purposely mulligan one less card in my starting hand. Knew I was gonna draw the green the whole time. Exactly. Okay, they got their card. Interesting. Sweet. Green mana. I guess we go Blood Researcher. Our big old Blood Researcher. Fair. Okay, they want the 1 life, I guess. Nope, don't want the 1 life. By Mage Duel? Question is, do I Mage Duel here? Do I Mage Duel or do I play the Combat Professor? I mean, they can't tap out for them to gain the life just yet. I don't know if that's what they got. This kind of... Yeah, I might as well play the Combat Professor because I do think it's a pretty big threat. And given this, +1/+0, I think is pretty good. And has Vigilance, so even better. They would have to have committed 2 cards to it. Okay, that's fine. I have an idea. I have an idea for next turn. Attack him for 3. Ping me for 1 life. I think I actually Incaster here. No blocks. We'll take it. Do I Incaster or do I play my big 7/6? Because I think Incaster would be pretty good because that's whenever a creature attacks, it will gain a life. Okay, so yeah, this is the play. We'll do our own Incaster, and we'll put our +1/+1 counter here because the minute it attacks, it's gonna gain its +1/+1. So now it's a 5/4, and it's a 5/4 Vigilance. So even better. I'll take those plays. What's its secondary ability? Okay, it doesn't have any other like tap X mana and get X effect. I'm still really unsure about this containment breach play. I don't know why our opponent was like very early on it. That's fine. No blocks. Okay, so we can Mage Duel our Blood Researcher to their Witherbloom and attack in and see if they block. That gives it 5/6. Then they get the +1/+1 counter when it attacks. So yeah, I would offer that trade. So we'll get additional +1/+0, and then if they want to attack, yeah, I think this is well, attack in the air, of course. I'm not really blocking their flyer. Ping them for the life if they want to throw 2 things in front of it because they have to in order to block it. Or they're taking 9 right here. Menace is one of those things, though, if you're not really sure on how to block it, you have to block with 2. You can't just block with 1. You have to throw both things in front of it, my dude. And I'm perfectly fine with this, to be quite honest. It gets rid of them pinging me for 1 additional damage. Gets 2 things off their board from getting in my way. We'll play our Blackish Trudge. And we'll say go. And I think we're in a good spot here. I mean, they have enough mana to now start pinging our life total directly, but it's not too bad. I can just, give Blackish Trudge Vigilance and start swinging it for 5 damage a turn. They keep on reading their containment breach. It only affects artifacts and enchantments, if I'm not mistaken. And you get a benefit of it if it's 2 or less. Okay, they're attacking. Nice. Nope, not attack. Wait. Yeah. Exactly. It's a decent. This is a decent play right here. As long as I can gain the life, Trudge will come back and I have sacrifice fodder. All right, they passed. Sweet. We'll go to attacks. We'll put the +1/+0 counter here. We'll swing in with our 5/2 vigilance. If they want to block, they can block. I'm not going to just throw things at them if they don't want to block. I mean, if worst case scenario, 10-year Incasters done its thing, maybe I'll sack it. Big play. Okay. That was your big play? Combat trick? Sweet. I mean, also the benefit here is they don't actually suck our life total out, so that's pretty good. Do I want to do anything else? No. We'll say go. They need 6 mana and they paid 2. Alright, they got their cram session. Nice. That's the other thing too. We're missing some key cards in that I've learned that we haven't drawn. We really haven't drawn too much. Some decent threats, but nothing really too crazy. I honestly... Oh. Okay, attacking me for 4. Got it. No blocks. I'll take 4. They have a big play. Got big plays. I'll sacrifice the ink caster. I'm not really getting +1/+1 counters. Land is amazing. Go to combat. Swing in for 10. All right. We'll play our swamp, and we'll say go. It's fine. That was They attack in. We draw removal. It's not good for them. That's like the thing here. We draw removal and they attack. Okay, they're attacking. Put me at 5, I guess. I mean, it's pretty much a hope of whatever we draw on our. I'm gonna keep the. Yeah, we lose unfortunately because we just drew lands back to back. Unfortunately, yeah, and they're gonna block, of course, to prevent them dying, and then they attack him for 4, and then they ping me for the extra 2. So unfortunately, we just drew dead. Sure, if that's really what you want. I mean, you were dead on board. You didn't even need anything. I mean, granted, I have 2 cards in hand. They have no idea, so it's fine. It is what it is. I mean, I would say it's not the worst situations. I just, we were in a good spot. We just didn't draw any more threats. They just kind of kept on going. Run the play. Fine hand, I think, personally. Yeah, I mean, got our colors, so we can't go wrong there. I guess I'll play green. Turn 2, possibly Witherbloom Apprentice. Turn 3, Guided Voice, possibly into maybe another spell. They're playing Silverquill from the looks of it. Maybe they have removal. I don't know. Oh. Okay. I was gonna say they went to their second main. I'm like, oh. We'll put a +1/+1 counter here. Ping him for damage. We're gonna pest summon in. Why not? We'll swing in. My plan is worst case scenario. We can always infuse if they try to remove it. But I'm trying not to do that, I guess, is the best thing. Now we just need to draw like a land. That'd be nice. That's fine. All right, we drew a land, which is pretty good. I could combat Professor here, which definitely stops him in the air, and then swing it for 4 damage. Yeah, I think combat Professor is probably the bigger play. I think it's more impact. You know, we're creating a threat while also at the same time having a blocker in the air. Next turn we have a couple of different plays we could do, depending on what they do. Okay, swinging for 4, that's fine. It loses lifelink though, so I don't know if they were aware. All right, let's see if we can bait them out with a good old 4-3. You know, just a simple let's give it death touch, and like have it for outwork. No, I'm nowheres from that. That's fine. Still has death touch, so creature still dies. Yeah. +1/+1 counter. Oh, okay. All right, we'll go with that one. Our opponent was like, "Nah, I can't be embarrassed with a +1/+1 counter. Nah, we're out." All right, we're 1-on-1 so far. Not bad. Oh, playing the same person. We're playing the same exact deck, guys, because we're the same person. Oh, cram. All right, everything's coming up Millhouse. We have a pretty solid open hand. I can either cram or hunt on turn 2. So I mean, I'm pretty good in both situations and learn. Not really sure. Maybe it's a summoning. I don't know. Oh god, we're also playing. We literally are playing the same deck. I think we hump so we get a threat on the board. I think it's summoning. Summoning, I think. Probably. Maybe, I don't know. They play a hunt. I'm gonna. Okay. Okay. We're good there. I was gonna say, I'm like, that'd be like way too trippy. So do you think we fight their life gainer? Because I can give this +1/+2. Yeah, why not? And then we do 2 damage. Big wins there. They didn't see that one coming. And we use all our mana, which is a plus. They're probably like, wait, what? What just happened? You did what with what? What? Well, we're gonna swing in first. Oh, there's stick. Land, pest summoning, not ink summoning. Get someone ones going. I know, our pests. We actually secretly have a Blex to the deck that I don't know about, but it's gonna happen, and we're gonna just draw big cards. All right, our opponent's not doing much. I played Inkcaster. Make one of these a 2/2 and hit you for additional ping and damage every turn. I don't know exactly what you expect of me. I mean, a decent combat trick would be to attack aggressively with Inkcaster and sure, eliminate scary, big scare. Still ping him. They should have probably eliminated it as I put the +1/+1 counter on it, so they don't get pinged for the additional damage. I mean, I could cram session and get something from my learn board if I feel like my hand's kind of meh. Wow. Wow. Oh, I didn't want to do that, did I? I didn't want to do that. That doesn't leave up. That's actually a mistake. I wanted to leave up the green mana, but we'll learn and we'll go into our side here. Summoning is possibility. Yeah, I guess. Oh, I'm good. Why did? I mean, I'm getting a good life point total. I'll take 5 all day. I'll be quite honest, 5 all day. Okay, being lifelink, that's fine. Hit me for 7, put me in 19. I swing back. Lifelink goes away, so I mean. You know, we'll chump with a pest. Why not? We'll chump a pest. We'll prevent us taking damage. They gain 7 life, but we'll also ping them for a damage and we'll gain a life. So, I think it works out. Why are you tapping that way? So we're not doing that. We're just gonna swing on in. We'll swing with these two. I'll leave a pest back as a blocker because it's a 7/6. And we'll say go. Playing defensive. Let's see how aggressive they get is the real question. Infuse is going to be real big here. They probably don't expect the 1/1 to become, you know, have death touch or something. That's fine. Death touch. It's not going to come back on the battlefield. I probably should have left something like 10-year Inkmaster back, actually. Just because. Are they giving it indestructible? Okay, that's fine. Whatever they gotta do to keep their creatures on the board, I guess. Yeah. We will, pass. We will pass. I'm definitely in a much stronger position. I mean, sure, they have big creatures, but I do think we're a little bit more threatening. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I could do this, but it's just going to come back, which is not great because it comes back tapped. Leyline's fine. Yeah, our opponent's drawn a lot better. They've also drawn lands, but they're also tapped out now, so it puts us in a decent spot. Oh, that's the blockers. It's trying to ask me to do my effect. We'll get rid of their biggest creature, give it that touch. Take 5. That is not the color we need. I need a second green would be beneficial here. Dina actually can eat the trudge, so if they attack in, we eat the trudge, make it a 5. Because this by itself isn't enough. We'll eat here. And then pass the blockers. Let's block here. Take 7. Yeah. You know, awkward spot. Guiding Voice is pretty big because we can get our 1 card to remove their creature. Yeah, we'll get Introduction. And we'll cast it and attack it for 3. And then somehow, thankfully, cleaned up the whole board. Though whatever they've drawn, you know, it's scary. Like, I have no idea what they've drawn now. They've drawn 2 cards because of that, but I mean, it's the play that we needed. Okay, they've drawn literally 2 more threats, and we draw a Combat Professor. Okay, so we are going back and forth right now. But they're at lower life total, so I'm more confident that you want to offer the trade. Yeah, Guiding Voice does come in clutch. So they offer the trade, which I don't think is what they want to do, personally. Because my 2/3 will beat their 2/3. Because my 2/3 becomes a 3/3 every turn with Vigilance. And my 2/3 also has flying. And we'll just slowly ping them away. A wall's not going to help you, but okay. It's a mute point. Go to combat. If we draw a forest, yeah, right? If we draw a forest. It's a wall. It's on the ground. I'm going to juke at the end of their turn, just so I can get the 2/1. I mean, I play, what, 5 of them are in my deck? I think there's 5 or so forests in my deck. It doesn't have reach. It just has an ability to pump it up. Create another attacker. Create more threats in the air. Well, we're not going to we're not going to hold anything back here. I mean, sure, they can tap out a lot and double the power of this multiple times, but we're not dead. They can build themselves a card. I honestly don't care if they know that I don't have anything in my hand. Yeah, what's up, Big Al? How we doing, my dude? Sure. I mean, I have a blocker regardless. I'll take the damage. 14. Nice. And we didn't draw a forest. Like, what? Come on. What are you doing to me here? Alright. We win that one, though. I mean, at the end there became a grind, but we got lucky that, like you said, the Guiding Voice came pretty clutch to us to go into our search board, but Practical Summon was not worth it, unfortunately, because we didn't draw our second green, even though we played a decent amount. I'll be right back. I'm going to get some more coffee before we start the next game. All right, so currently 2-1. What do we need? 3 more wins to make our monies back, or is it 4 more? I forget. Is it 6 or 5 wins? I think it's 6 wins gives us 100 more, and then 5 wins gives us 100 less than what we would have spent in gems. But it doesn't matter. We'll jump into our next game, see how we do. See how we do. Oh, I'm still waking up. I'm like, I don't know. I didn't get a lot of sleep, I guess, last night, or didn't sleep very like. I'll be quite honest. After that first game, our hands have been okay. I mean, I haven't been really too upset with them. What kind of decks am I using? I mean, on my free-to-play account, I use my Witherbloom deck because that's my best deck currently out of the starter decks. I made my own Witherbloom deck. I don't know if you've. I made videos on the Witherbloom deck that I play on this account, but it's probably my best deck at the moment. So it's not the greatest to farm gold just because I really can't do events, which is like the ideal way to farm gold because it's not too expensive to kind of initially get in there, but I'm hoping in the near future to make it a little bit better to get it ready for like, you know, a little bit more competitive play. I don't know, the problem is like doing events is you probably want to play like meta, right? Because meta gives you guaranteed like higher win rate decks, which then in theory, you know, give you a better chance of let's see if they think I have a combat trick, or do they block? They don't block. Nice. I mean, I'm okay with that. Yeah, we'll get a forest. Make it a 2/2. Call it a day. I mean, I'm pretty happy ramping to 5. I mean, I'll probably play Professor next turn. Just because it'll create a bigger board presence. But I mean, if I wanted to, I could also play Tenard, which would then make my Dina that much bigger. Sure. They get a Plains, guys. Ow. Do I swing in? No, I think we play. Let's just swing in this way. See if they block with their 2/1. Kind of did its thing. Don't really know if they want it to do anything with it. Black white aggro. Yeah, black white aggro is really good. Are you talking like kind of like a little bit of add in some black, combine it with like that mono white style with like using like Skyclave and all that stuff, or are you talking more like in the line of like Silver Quill and stuff that currently is going on this end? Also, Magecraft is pretty good as well. Skeet Swarm. Skeet Swarm's fun. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see how well it does because currently, as of right now, I mean, we don't have any spoilers 100% on like the D&D set, but we really don't have a new fetch land per se. So we don't really have any good ways of getting lands onto the battlefield come rotation. Because Fabled Passage rotates and then whatchamacallit rotates. Sure. I'm happily fine with lands, to be quite honest, my dude. Evolve and Wilds and whatchamacallit both rotate. Yeah, if you want to do that, that's fine. Blocky block. There. I'll take 2. I'm happy with taking 2. I'll gain a life. Sweet. What do we want to do here? I play second black, I think. And we'll destroy this. Resolve. Yeah, my Magecraft is actually really good. They take it. Very surprised in that situation, just on the idea of, you know, giving a +1/+1 counter to the Leech Fanatic. I think would be pretty big for them. But I mean, that does get rid of a blocker, but I don't know. It's a complete swing on life totals, I guess, in one swing. Now, when you say like mono white, like aggro, are you talking about like the standard like kind of meta style, and then you're also talking about like the more magecraft style that came about with what is it? It's the owl. I know it begins with an M. Is it Minvala? I think is what his name is. Yeah. I mean, that's the one thing. Like when it comes to like grinding gold, your turnover really wants to be very fast, especially playing best of one. You don't want to play a long game and spend 20 minutes on each game because you're only going to get whatever you get. Okay, that's fine. I feel like this is one of those big decks in a way. Like they're going to try to pump out a lot of spells and try to get me with like combat tricks. What do you think about tokens? I mean, they're not bad. Like, are you talking about like tokens, like in the sense of like using them for draft and stuff, or like tokens like because unless something popped up and I didn't hear about it, I don't think it's the worst thing. Let's see what they do here. I mean, this is actually a pretty good synergy combo. That whenever I attack, I ping them for damage, and then I also ping them for damage here. They take it too. Nice. Now my trick here is to block and then put a infuse of vitality. Token decks are fun, yeah. Oh, that's what you mean. Token. So we're talking about tokens. Okay. Now I get it. No? Yes, no? Past the blockers. They don't have a combat trick, so I'm just gonna... Yeah, token... I do like, what's that card? The finale thing? Or whatever it's called? Yeah, we'll put counters on everything. And we'll hit him for lethal, I think, actually, here. Yeah, that's lethal on board. That's 7. Wow. What's that token card called? The enchantment? The finale? I think it could be pretty good. It's just, you know, you have to really commit to Silver Quill, right? So that's like the one downfall, but you can play cards in your sideboard like in your lesson board, like Mascot and stuff like that. So I do think it's playable. It's gonna, I think, wait until things rotate out, just because there's a lot more powerful things. I think tokens currently in its current form take a little bit longer to kind of set up, per se, compared to the other speed and other decks in like best of one. Like, I'm actually in the process, like, I know I posted the other day a video. I posted a video about rotation yesterday. First bad hand, I think, in a while, but I do have a guide and voice. But I was actually thinking, like, doing a way too early, like, post-rotation, like, decks that are going to be okay post-rotation, but I don't know if I want to do it just yet, or until D&D comes out, just because... You know, I'm only going to be using... Not punished. I'm only going to be using a set that, I'm missing a complete set. So it's, like, hard to, like, be like, hey, this is what you should... This is, like, kind of an idea of what you should look for. Let's grab black mana. Black mana. Yeah. So it's one of those things. It's kind of like a wait and see, personally. I also like how my swamp is 3 different colors currently. I don't have any black mana. Rip. Rip. All right, well, this is complete backwards. I meant to do that. Oops. Let's just grab another black mana source. It's fine. It's fine. It was a misplay by my part. I tapped the black mana to attack. Oh, look at that. See, there's the card. There's Finale. We're talking. That's the card we're talking about. But yeah, I mean, it's an okay card. It just takes a lot. Like, see the. So I watched like some videos. A person I like to watch a lot of his videos on Drafted is Jim Davis. I don't know if you guys have ever watched any of his videos on YouTube here. But like, he just recently had like a video where he kind of went over some of his more recent drafts, and I kind of watched that to get an idea of like, you know, mistakes he was making in draft. So it was actually like one of those things, like if you play like Finale in draft, you want to have like a board presence early in the game, because now you're playing catch up and you haven't put anything on the board to generate these tokens per se, unless you've drawn like a mascot or something. All right, they are really going into the tank here. That's not good for them. Yeah, because that's lethal on board, right? With them hurting themselves, hold on, let me go to the battlefield. With them hurting themselves, right? They're at 8. I go to attack. I ping him for 1 damage from this effect. This goes up to a 5, and then 5 plus 2 is 7. Yeah, that was yikes. But see, that's one of those things. Like, if you're gonna play Finale, he needed to have like early game board presence if that's like the end goal of that game. So that, like, if things are dying in the early game, hopefully by the time he drops Finale, he's now generating tokens in the process. Now he has bigger creatures possibly than when he originally started with. Well, we're officially over 500 for the draft, which is pretty good. We're 4-1. Slowly moving up in the draft and ranks. Also in the actual ranks, I guess, too. We're at, what, Silver 1 or Silver 4, I think. But it's one of those things to expect when you're in this, like, not to say anything against anybody, but when you're in, like, the lower levels of, like, ranks, a lot of people make a... It's a big commitment when you play something like Finale. It's a 4-mana commitment into black and white, so there's not really any maneuvering to, like, play a different color or add a different color. That's the one problem with those 4-drop, like, you know, splash of green or blue, white or black. I think there's one for red and white. You know, for one of each classes, like, those are very heavy commitments into a particular color. Ooh. This is not a good hand. I think this would be one if I kept it, I'd be punished just because I have no way to kind of fix it. So this is a mulligan. Much better. We throw away the Spectre, I think, but everything else is okay. Combat Professor strong, Infuse, but Spectre is kind of a 4-drop that, you know, we're not there yet, so you just throw it to the bottom of the library. And just hopefully our opponent's not playing something super aggressive. I mean, Guiding Voice is going to be pretty big, but we just don't have a target for it. So that's a problem. And I think we're being punished a little bit. Just a little bit. But I don't want to go down to 5, even though we're on the draw. Alright, that's could be a problem. Nope, not gonna pump up their creature. We need to draw a land card. Let's organize my hand a little bit. It's fine. I'm gonna be down to 15. Yikes. Yikes. Yeah, that's unfortunate side effect here. We're probably gonna just die to the Quandrix Pledge Mage. Okay. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's something. Professor's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. It definitely can get in the way of one of their Quandrixes here. They have to then have a spell. Like, Quandrix okay of a card, but if you have to build it up in order to remove it. Yeah, that was our hope on the next turn, was probably to do that. And now they're gonna attack in for 8, of course. We'll block 5. Yeah, this is definitely not looking like a good game for us just because we're playing behind. And we're at 10, and they can. We're not gonna have a card that's gonna do anything to their life total dramatically like that. Yeah, this is a wash of a game. Just got punished, didn't draw the mana color we needed. Is what it is. That's one of those things that happens with draft. I feel like sometimes you go on a little bit of a roll and then you always get that one game that just doesn't go your way. But we're just punished because we didn't draw our color. Black is, I think, the main color of our deck, so it's like I'd rather keep a hand with black mana in it and not any of the other two than keep a hand with the other two colors and not black. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think our breakdown is more in the black mana source than the other two. It's unfortunate. It is what it is. Going from 4-1 to 4-2 is pretty crushing pretty quickly. Yeah, 3 colors is always a gamble. We have no mana fixing. Like, our hand was punishing us for not having proper mana fixing. Like, we had the Guide and Voice, but we didn't have a target for it to go into our learn board. I mean, I could have targeted their creature, but who wants to do that? And give them a +1/+1 counter. Yeah, it was just not a good draw on our part. Wow. It took literally a minute. A whole minute I had to wait. I feel like we played this guy already. See, this is a good hand, and like if we draw white, white's gonna be great. Like if we gotta draw white mana though, but this hand overall is a pretty solid hand. Also, I have no idea how many times I've been on the play. I feel like I've been on the play almost this whole draft. Maybe once I was not on the play. I don't know. I feel like I've just realized I've been on the play quite often. That's fine. There's no reason to attack. Yeah, that's the one benefit of this game is that I can cast my hand. But I mean, we're still in an awkward position though, because if we draw like white cards, we don't have white mana. So it's always the gamble. Yeah, sure. No blocks. I kind of want to wait and see what they do here. I may just Embryo Juke before they play their next card, just to kind of see what's happening. Because I'm not like really worried about whatever they play here. That's fine. We'll Juke here. You. We'll see you later. 5/5. Solve. Now they just have a 2/3. All right, sweet. We didn't get punished. We drew our white mana. So now if we draw any white cards in our deck, which I think there's only cards that have 1 mana cost in them, we are pretty good. And now we have our little combo here, which is pretty good. So now every time we attack, we ping them for a point of damage, we gain a life. We ping them again for a point of damage, we gain a life. That's fine. Worried about their 2/2. Yeah, it's definitely coming together. Definitely coming together. All right, they're taking a lot of damage here. Well, we'll infuse. So the creature dies, has death touch. Yeah. We're looking pretty good, in my opinion, right now. They need to play a creature, or they die to the 6/6 by itself. Like we have a 6/6 menace on the board. Yeah. But like that's like the big thing when a deck comes like when a hand comes together. Like we didn't really need the white mana. Our deck pretty much played out as a witherbloom deck. All worked out. 5 wins, pretty good so far. I'm pretty excited. I actually think if we win one more game, I can actually do a premier draft with this account, which is much better because the prize pool's bigger. Sure, we're drafting against real players, but you know it's one of those things. I think playing a bigger prize pool is always a better thing. Oh, my phone's ringing. I don't know why. This is a hand that's playable. We do have our blood researcher, but I do think it's playable. My house phone's ringing that I have connected. Yes, I have a house phone still in 2021. It just makes the internet cost cheaper. Hello. Well, at least they're friendly. Okay, they got things that make things have flying. Oh, of course. Of course, we draw our 1-drop on turn 2. I know. It's an ingredient. It's scary. It's a 1/1. A 1/1 with vigilant or with menace. I see your 1/1 and I raise you 1/1. I mean, not punish though, Amana. Alright, they're playing red. Interesting. And actually, our board is looking pretty solid here. Just on the idea of everything has menace. He can't block with his 2/2, and he has no spells in his graveyard, so I'm not 100% sure what they're trying to do. I think it's a combat professor to give it give one of our creatures vigilance and attack in. And it also stops their flying, so I'm all about it. Like, this is literally shut down either of those, and they don't have any spells. Now, if we can only get away to gain life every time we attack, let's go 7-2. No. We're not trying to get out there yet. I always think about it game by game. I never go into it thinking we're gonna win them all. You know, I find myself to be more humble when it comes to playing Magic. I'm not someone who's like, let's do it. Alright, they're waiting. Nice, guys. Nice. Do we punish them? I think we have to punish them. I don't want to be that person who doesn't, but we have to make them sacrifice a creature because then it makes their blocks more awkward. Yeah, we'll just give this, and we'll swing in. Yep. Just don't have a way to gain life at the moment, which really stinks. That's fine. Jeez. All the mana. Well, if they decide to block here, right? So here's the thing. If they decide to block here, they have to commit 2 creatures. So we're going to attack in with everything, but I'm going to make sure that this stays back in a way. So let's see how they block. I already have another one, so it's like I have cards to replay. So if they want to block, they can't block with their 2/2 anywhere. We'll play a Trudge, and we'll also play a Blood Researcher. We're just going to go all out. We're just going to play the whole hand because all our menace will be enough by itself. And we're wide enough that we'll be able to get in for damage. Okay, 4/4 Vigilance, got it. Yeah, that's not the play. Yeah. I didn't want to play for anything. Yeah, let's just gain some life real quick. I know it sounds really terrible, but then the Blood Researchers go up that much bigger, which is a positive for us. We'll just get an additional black mana. It's fine. And we'll just we'll essentially just spread. We'll just spread the damage around, you know, and we'll attack it with everything. And they can't block it all because they have to commit 2 to each of these. So the menace creatures by themselves essentially win the game. That's perfectly fine. You still need to commit creatures to things. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, they didn't have a good enough answer for all the menace, so we lucked out there. right, looking pretty good. Going for the last game. Make or break here. Either 6-3 or 7-2. I don't really know. I bet you 10-1 gonna get the worst hand I could possibly get here. Worst hand. It's usually how it always works out for me. Usually I get this far sometimes, and I get like the worst hand I could possibly get on game 7. It's gonna be like 2 games ago where it just doesn't go my way. I spoke too soon. Yeah, this is a playable hand, and we're on the play. I mean, I can't complain. Like this is exactly how I need this to go if I'm gonna have a good chance to. Yeah, I could probably do Premier. Abundant Harvest on turn 1, non-land. Okay, deal 5 damage. Okay, I don't play any artifacts, so we're good there. We're not worried. Next turn, Emergent Sequence probably. They don't play any sequence. That means they can't. Witherbloom doesn't really have combat tricks per se. They do have a couple, but they're nothing like anything super crazy. Let's attack in. They have Eliminate. Okay. I mean, we'll ramp a little bit. I mean, just getting more threats on the board is always good. I'll make a white mana. I don't even care. I don't even care. Make a white mana. Next turn we play something like Professor. Pretty solid. Interesting. I always find it weird when your opponent goes to like draws up a card and they don't do anything, you know? It's a very interesting like style of sequence it plays. Alright, we'll play green here and then we'll play Professor and just get the board as big as possible, as quick as possible. It's kind of our best bet here. Okay then. Not the way I was expecting our last game to go in the draft, but I'll take it. So we got 7 wins, 2 packs, 950 gems. I mean, I'm about it. Let's open our packs. Nice. That actually gave us a lot of our experience towards our last of our color challenge. Let's see what we get in our 3 packs. We'll get a mythic wild card out of it, which is pretty good. I'm still like getting strixhaven. As you can see, I have just a bunch of first cards. All right, nothing super impressive. I mean, Containment Breach is okay. The gate's okay. So like a part of me wants to do like a premier draft, but at the same time too, a part of me wants to save my gems, because a part of me wants to spend the gems I earn to buy the battle pass and just only spend gold on draft. That's my thinking, because if I get the battle pass for like essentially free, then I'm gonna get all those packs from the battle pass that I've already unlocked in the process. Okay. Primal Command. Unfortunately, it's not useful for us. Where am I at with my challenges? Oh, okay, so the only problem is we're not probably gonna get there. Unless they give you, unless we do this and we get some currency out of it, but it looks like you only get decks, if I'm not mistaken, for the color challenge. I don't think this awards you gems after you complete it, but I could just try to play 18 more spells and see what happens, and if we get, 750 gems in the process, maybe we can do it that way. I can complete this the rest of the time and be like 25 gold short. And I just don't want to spend my, problem is I just don't want to spend my gems on a draft. I mean, I could win them back and then some, but it's just like, it's tough. It's tough if I really want to commit my gems to this, because it is 1500, which is essentially almost all my balance. It's not 11 yet. I was gonna say what's in the store. I always like to check the store, because I think it's still snowlands, which aren't terrible, but we don't buy cosmetics on free-to-play accounts unless we have really that much abundance. Yeah, you know what? Whatever. We do it. We'll just do a premier draft. I mean, it's it's one of those things. If we get to 4 wins, I'll be happy. You know, if we get 4 wins in a premier draft, yes, I'm sure I want to purchase this. We'll do it. We're gonna do it. We're committing. Playing Brawl right now. Let's see, Cauldron Familiar got banned. Standard. Yeah, Cauldron Familiar is an annoying card. Okay, so first pack. What do we got going on here? Rise is very good. Like, Rise is a big card. So is Hunt. I like Hunt. Eliminate Strong. Flunk is pretty good. I think we take Hunt. That's how we went last time, so I'm taking Hunt and seeing what happens. Yeah. So Cauldron Familiar is just an annoying mechanic because it's just a very slow mechanic. It's sacrifice to the Cauldron. Sacrifice a food token, bringing it back. Sacrifice to the Cauldron. You know, it's just, the mechanic just slows down the game so much, and it's just an annoying sequence of plays. It's not really like it's a broken effect, it's just, it just becomes, it doesn't progress the game any faster than it should. Once something popped up on my other screen. And I couldn't see chat for a second. I mean, I'm not 100% in on Spirit Summon is not bad. Pledge Maze is okay. Each Fanac's not great. I think we take Spirit Summon in just because we can play white. I like Cram Session is pretty good. Killian, I think we take. I think we maybe try to go Silver Quill a little bit. Maybe Splash of Green. Kind of worked out for us. Maybe go more Silver Quill and splash another color if worst case scenario. But you know, I think our hand's so far so good. You know, Spirit Summon and Inkling and Hunt. Very strong Silver Quill. I mean, I think both are pretty good, 2 solid 2-drops. That's the other thing I think that worked out for us last time around, is our 2-drops were pretty solid. And this is why I don't like doing against players, because people hold packs and it takes a minute for everything to rotate around. As you can see, a player to our right is holding 3 packs. Field Trip's really good. Annihilation's like an okay removal. Yeah, it's an annoying mechanic. Unwilling Ingredient is not bad. It's a very solid 1-drop, you know, as Menace, which is a plus. I think it's... I mean, you can even say Introduction's not bad, you know? I think it's the Ingredient, though. I think we go Ingredient, just a very solid 1-drop. And I mean, technically didn't get punished if that's the way we go. I think maybe this is where we go Field Trip, main board, and we splash green. Biblioplex, interesting. Arrogant is interesting. This is not bad because it returns a creature back from our graveyard. It's not great though in this position. Demagoth is interesting as well, just because it's just a big thing that kind of has a couple decent effects if your opponent doesn't remove it. I think we go Poet though, just because it can get in for some good damage early. What does this do? Sure, it's a 2 mana 1/3, and if they have an ETB effect, they have to pay additional mana. Why not? Why not tax our opponent in a draft? It sounds like a bunch of fun. I like Infuse as a removal, just like a combat trick kind of thing. Professor's not bad. I think as a kind of like that late game, just because, you know, you start putting counters on things. If we get anything like Fractals, you know, we'll start getting +1/+1s. Leech Fanatic, I think, is probably the pick in this pack for us. Our 2-drop slot's like filled up so far. Our opponent to our right has, and then opponent to our left has like a crap ton. They just have a ton of packs sitting on them. I think it's Cram Session. Yeah, our 2-drop slot is just full right now. So I do like being in black, just because it gives us like the best shot of some of the better removal in the format. And then we have, you know, Spirit Summon in the sideboard. We got to pick up some lessons if we're going to go learn. Study Break's not bad. It taps things down. Just another 2-drop, I guess. You know, it also has Learn. It's instant speed. So I like Learn at instant speed is always good. I think that the other thing, going back to the Cauldron from later, why it's also annoying, is back when it got banned, Rakdos was a very problematic deck, and it was just an annoying mechanic that just added additional like cycles into Rakdos, where it was like you sacrifice Cat, you start pinging things, and you end up with like crap. What's the 3-drop called? There's the 3-drop that whenever opponent sacrifices whenever anyone sacrifices something, you ping them for damage. It was just an annoying sequence of cards, and I think that's also partially why they kind of banned it. It was not good. I mean, our first pack wasn't terrible. Like, I mean, I do think we have some pretty solid cards in here. Second pack. I think Glash is really good. Fracture's okay. I'm not Quandrix, so like playing the dragon, you know, it's like I want to, but I don't think I can splash in blue and green. I could. But I think if we take Lash here, because I'm lacking removal. And I don't think, you know, the 2-mana uncommon one was much better, because not many people play enchantments, artifacts, and planeswalkers in a limited format. Another Killian could be good, I think, is the play. Double Killian, not bad. Our deck is very low to the ground. We're not a very strong deck at the moment. We don't have anything that's high impact, which could be a problem. I do think we're very 2-drop heavy. 9 cards in our deck are 2-drops. Like we need like a combat professor, or we need like a high impact card that's good for this color scheme. I mean, Teachings is great if we just want to take a rare. I mean, I guess we could take a Mage Duel. Molder and Carrick isn't great. Yeah, I guess Mage Duel's the play here. I do think it's probably the best card in that pack. Dueling Coach. Opponents can't cast spells activate. I don't think Silence is great for our deck. Indestructible's okay. Do we have Fodder? Nice. That's cool. That's the one thing I kind of don't play a lot of. I kind of want to get into playing a little bit of Brawl. I feel like that could be fun. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter. Interesting. I like Thunderous. I think Orator is actually pretty decent if we have other abilities on the field. Wow, counter spell straight up. Straight up. I'll take a second Malice. Malice is very good early game removal. Plus, in the late game, we can pump up one of our creatures. Agonizing Remorse isn't great in this position. We don't have many lessons. I could take Introduction to Prophecy. Reflectum Golem's also pretty good. And the idea that you can copy things if things target things. But I think we take a lesson because we're kind of late. You know what's really good about Brawl, though, that I do enjoy? It's singleton copies. So, like, you don't have to worry about having 4 of everything, you know? That's what's, like, great about it. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. I mean, this is a good finisher. I just don't think I have room for blue. Yeah, we're abs in again. It wasn't intentional. It's just the way I feel like the packs have been going to us, you know? I don't think it's as heavy, though. Like, last time we were kind of more Witherbloom with a splash of white. This time I think we're more black-white with a splash of green. Preamp Session's good. You don't have a lot. Adventurous Impulse is not bad, you know, to look for something. Maybe a land to fix things. Our pack got passed back to us. Some things are here. Fracture's okay. It's not great. I guess we could take Fracture. Yeah, I guess we take Fracture. I don't know. I'm not sold on it 100%. Demon of Death. Crushing Disappointment is kind of how I feel. I mean, they're not bad colors. I think green's a pretty strong color from Strixhaven overall, because you know you got it with Witherbloom, and you also have it with Quandrix, and I think both those colors are pretty strong when it comes to high impact cards. Yeah, I'll take the rare in that pack. We'll opt. I guess +1/+1 counter. I think the dog is the best thing in there. It's not. It doesn't fit our color scheme, but I think it's the best card. Hoping for a high impact pack 3. I'll switch the color. I'll switch the style so you guys can kind of see it a little bit better. But I think our deck's okay. This is a sideboard card. Another Tangle Grasp and Stonebound. Yeah, it definitely got some great cards. Okay, I honestly I don't like drafting that way. Okay, Inkling Summon's strong here. I do think we need to summon in. I do think we need stuff to get from our learn board that we're playing learn cards for. So we'll take summon in right off the bat. And I do think, like, the one thing I would say that I probably haven't mentioned in any of my draft videos, I do think, yeah, Witherbloom is great. I enjoy Witherbloom. Humiliate's not bad. Silvercold Campus is pretty good here. Fractal Summon is also very good. But I do like the idea of having a dual land that also has the ability to scry in the late game as a strong play. But I do think, like, even the idea of, I don't know why I put it in my sideboard. The idea of having things that wow, another Silvercold Campus. Jeez. Lash of Malice. I think we take Blood Researcher. Wait, did I just miss Professor? Oh, not punished. What was I saying? I was saying something about why I think one thing, like, I don't think rarity matters when it comes to draft as much as you want to draft like uncommons and rares as your key cards. I just don't think it's as high impact. You know, like, there's more power in certain cards, like in limited format, compared to how you would perceive them in competitive, I guess is the best way to put it. Like, Combat Professor is okay. It's not a great card, but in limited, it's pretty strong because giving something vigilance is not bad. Like, as an attack deck. Our deck is all over the place. Like, we have like one-offs of everything. Can I put my my land back in the main deck? Yeah, put Campus there. I mean, I'll have to go through this and kind of see what my playables are, but deck's okay. I actually don't feel as confident as I did as our other in this game as I did in our other game. Like, Spiteful Squad's okay as a 2/2 like Death Toucher, but I don't like its ability to pass its counters to something else. In my opinion, is not super strong. Our lessons aren't really great. Right. I mean, we can't play that. We have Inkling, we have Spirit, we have Introduction. It's like a second introduction to play. Auto selected? No, we're taking the lesson. You know, we may need that extra card kind of thing. Also, not a lot of removal got passed around. I'll be quite honest. Not really heavy on the removal. I mean, I have a couple lashes, which isn't bad, but Leyline could be like our high impact card because I don't really have one. So I think we take Leyline here. Just as a big 6-drop that could be, you know, whatever size fractal. Whenever you cast or copy innocent. Yeah, I guess we'll do Silvercold Apprentice. Yeah, Mage Duel's okay. It's just the problem is we don't have a lot of high impact heavy big cards. Yeah, but it's a one-off, you know. I like having like other, like, I guess Lash of Malice too. Having 2 copies isn't bad. It's just, you know, sometimes you feel a little uncomfortable when you have like things that after a certain point and they start playing big things, it doesn't have the same impact. The rest is meh. I guess we can take a Harness Infinity, just because. I think I don't need another 2-drop. We'll take the Harness just because it's a mythic. Wow, this hand came back to us. Infuse, I think. I think we'll take an infuse. Do I have any of those? Yeah, I'll take another one. I like it. It's a good way to kind of reoccur things. I'll take another Lash of Malice. Yeah, 3 lashes. Definitely disrupts the early game, makes us have big impact late game. Love Brackish. Brackish is my boy. I have an ability to reoccur it. It's a 4/2, pretty strong. Definitely have to block it in certain situations. Wow. Yeah, Fracture again. It could come in handy. Beeman. And Professor. Alright. So, actually, I don't think it was a terrible draft, to be quite honest. Like, it seemed pretty terrible, but I guess now looking at it as a whole, I think our deck's okay. Our 2-drop slot is massively filled with a bunch of stuff, though. But I mean, I have my little combo. I have my Inkcaster, and I got my Blood Researcher. Yeah, Trudge usually performs. He's a high impact card when he stays on the battlefield and swings in at least once or twice because your opponent eventually has to block it because it's a 4 power. I don't think we take the Humiliate. I don't know. Getting research in our opponent's hand's not bad, but I don't know. Apprentice is okay. Cram Session. I think I get rid of the green Adventurous Impulse just because I do think green's kind of more of a splash color. I don't think it's a main color, so I prefer to play black and white things early in the game, and then as we get later, then we'll develop the green mana. I don't think Alwyn's okay, but it's just a 5 mana for a 3/3 with Ward. It's tough. Maybe we keep it just for now. We'll come back to it. Maybe the strict Proctor. What's our mana source? 11, 17. Okay, we're still at 17. That's kind of like where I like to be. I think we get rid of that. We have a lot of various things. Orator has Vigilance, it's a 2/2. And then if we have other things, it has those other abilities. Like we have... So it could be okay. So we gotta cut 2 cards. It's always those tough decisions. I think Apprentice doesn't work. I mean, sure, it's great to give something additional +1/+0. I just don't, you know, it's a 2 mana. Our 2 mana slot is full, so I think it's like this is where we gotta cut, if anything. Like we're very heavy 2 drops. Like our top end's very light. Like as you can see here, we may run into the problem that we may not be able to finish games because we don't have heavy, big creatures that will, you know, catch our opponent off guard that they have to deal with. I think we get rid of Leech Fanatic. As much as it's an okay card, it's not great. The idea here is, out of all the abilities, it only has lifelink on our turn, and it's not that great. But like, you know, other cards that have Vigilance and things like that. The other thing too is like Orator combined with like Blood Researcher, giving it Menace makes it much better. Lash of Malice I think is just overall solid in that 2-drop slot or the 1-drop slot. Early game, good decent removal. Late game can make like a Blood Researcher or something bigger. Mana's okay because we do play an array of white cards that we want to draw. We play an array of green cards we want to draw. I feel like black is underrepresented, but maybe I'm not seeing it. I don't know, because it's actually, I just realized that they're saying that we're more of a green end. Yeah, it looks okay. I'm thinking like maybe we finish 500. I just don't feel confident that we have a good way to finish the matches when it comes to that. Like we lack that power. That like top end power that you need to like finish games. No, it's just a matter of do we draw good hands. Like our mana is pretty balanced. I'm like hoping that we draw like our balance of mana. Like that was what helped us in the last draft. Is we drew a decent overall balance of all the colors we play in the deck. Other than maybe a couple games we lost, but yeah, I guess. I mean, we have our mana, so we're just gonna hopefully draw into threats and not get Bookworm would have been. You know, I love Bookworm's like big favorite card when it comes to draft. Holy crap. Okay, 5 lands, great. That's great. All right, guys, we're going for Tenured Incaster in 3 more turns. Oh, I didn't put sleeves on my deck. That's fine. Okay, we literally are flooded. Don't understand how, but we are. Sure. Yeah, it's definitely a great card in draft, especially with the ability to reoccur it. We got a turn 5. Yeah, exactly. We got a turn 5 play, guys. Be excited about it. We definitely have a turn 5 play because can't draw anything else. You know, it's really weird. 17's like the magic number with lands, and we've drawn. That's all we've drawn in this whole game. It's just lands. I'll take 2. Like I don't like this is. Wow. Wow! 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 I could have swore I put spells in the deck. You know, I could have swore there was a couple spells. I don't know. Yeah, hopefully. Wait, they play reduced main board? Oh! Guys, turn 6, 1 drop. We got this. Yeah. Yeah, that ingredient. Watch out. It's scary. Big scary. Don't do anything to my ingredient. That's fine. If they want to expel the 3-2, I'm perfectly happy with that. Attacking aggressively, I'm all about it. Now the frog takes over. Exactly. High impact frog. Oh my goodness. And a study break? Jeez. Calm down, deck. Why do you love me so much? Why is it so nice to me? I'll be quite honest. We've drawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lands. And we've had 4 different other cards. Yeah, I'll pay the extra mana. Yeah. I'll just, yes. Submit 1. It's fine, I'll auto pay. I have the mana available. Game. Can I auto pay now? I know how word works. I just want to learn. Sure. Punished, I guess. I don't really know what I got here, you know? I just gotta be aggressive. We're in an awkward spot now where, you know, we don't have any flyers. I have a combat professor somewhere. Maybe gain some life. Attacking priority, yep. I know, it's pretty threatening on the board. I mean, if we would have had this gas earlier, like what we're currently drawing, I could see this being a pretty decent, like, you know, early game. But the fact that we've not drawn any of it kind of sucks. Because we're at 3, we need... Alright, let's see what they have here. Mage Duel top deck? I wish. I have flying. I can block. You have to get rid of the flyer. Yeah. Big game. They had just the answers. We just drew very dead. But I mean, it wasn't. We like you said, you know, we drew the gas, but it unfortunately came a little bit too late. They had too much, you know, them taking that extra turn to do the 3 damage to us is what kind of maybe slowed us down from possibly winning. I mean, maybe I could have gone into my like lesson board, but I don't think I had any other lessons that would have helped me in that situation other than making the flyer, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, like that's not a card. I could have drawn a card, but I think Inkling Summon was probably the play out of all of them. 8 lands, then a frog. Exactly. You don't win when you draw 8 lands and then a frog. Always a rough first game sometimes. You gotta get the kinks out of the deck. This is definitely a hand I get punished for if I don't draw white, but I'll keep because I do have a turn 2, turn 3, and maybe we draw. With our luck, we draw the white mana because that's how we play our deck, because we just draw lands. But we actually drew a Combat Professor, so probably gonna get punished because I kept a hand that was not great. Yeah, we're punished. Our deck's now like, you know, you had all these cards in your deck that you could have drawn last game, but we're gonna draw them this game. So we just need white mana into this. This is definitely a much better turn. I mean, they probably have removal. They definitely have this to give it like +1/+0. They have Spell Satchel because they're probably playing like spells to like pump things. So I'm gonna expect this to be like a high impact, like them dumping a couple things on a creature to kind of give their creature like a little bit of power kind of thing. Now if they don't have anything, they should hold back. No blocks. I'll take them. I'm not worried. I'm a little worried. I'll offer the trade with the 2/1. I'm not going to pass. I'll decline. But they can't block the Blood Researcher. So we're taking 5 this turn. Definitely not in a good spot. Definitely not in a good spot. Missing white mana. Last time we drew all the mana. Probably should have mulliganed. Is probably my wrong move off the bat here because we were on the draw. I mean, we're not drawing lands, I guess, but we're just not drawing white mana, which is kind of stinks. But we do play, I think, more white mana and black mana than we do anything else in this, which is weird, I guess. To play like, all right, okay. I mean, I don't know if I have anything to fix my mana here. I can play Inkling, which is okay. That doesn't do anything. I could play this and create a token. I don't have white mana. Never mind. I guess I could try to draw white mana. Like I don't mind lands. I just need white mana at the end of the day. Punished. I'll head for 2 just because. I'm not going to pay the 2 life to give this flying to fly over a speaker. They don't have anything in their graveyard, so it's not the biggest impact with a Dust Speaker. Yep. Knew something like that was eventually coming just because they're playing those colors. Interesting. And they get an Infuriate. Wow. Well, I mean, there's no point that way. Might as well keep it 2/1. If they want to Infuriate, they can. We'll gain a life. We'll take 6. It's not. This is definitely not a good spot because of the lack of land. Can't even play ley line, which stinks. Like I probably lost this game just because I drew terribly, like land wise. And I don't think like the land base is actually very off, right? I think because I do, sure. Like they have pretty good synergy here. Like I'll just block that because that can become bigger if they have a bigger card. But yeah, this game was a loss like right off the bat. T-Grid, it's an okay card. I could see it being a pretty high impact card. Pretty high impact card come rotation. I do like the idea of like making your opponent discard and get in. I'm sad. Making your opponent discard a card to get a +1/+1 kind of effect is pretty good. So I do like it in that idea. All right, guys, we're in the losers bracket. Just a fatal loser. No, that's fine. It's the one downfall when it comes to playing these style of games. Okay, this is a good hand. Got white, got green, got black. We have the mana. Can we win though? That's the question. Yeah, it's definitely a good deck. Like it's a pretty solid like deck to build around. What's the play here? I think we offer the trade. No. That's fine. And we just trudge. I could have also ramped, thinking about it. Probably should have been the better play because we get to 5 mana, then we can play, Owlin. Sure. Do you want to block? It's a 4 damage now. I mean, blocked 2. Don't want to tap our black mana, so we'll field trip here. Get a green. I think England's probably better here. Give him some flying. It's the one thing I realized I never do. I never do the other effect you can do with learn. I don't ever discard a card and draw a card. I never loot my deck. I don't know if that's something that people do. I just feel like if you have learn cards, you should do those first. If there are lesson cards, you should do those first. Okay. I'll take one. Yeah. We'll lash there. We will swing in for 4. We will then play Owlin, which I think that turn turned out to be pretty good. Like a 3/2, 3/3 in the air with a board that makes them pay life. Having a 4/2 on the ground is pretty solid. I have an idea of Inkling Summon in, Mage Duel. Pretty good. Another Historian. Not sure if that's doing it for him, unfortunately. Yeah, Lessons I feel like are just the stronger play. The idea here would actually be to do this and this. And then get rid of that. Just because this becomes a 4/3, this then this can't kill anything that attacks in. Makes them have to take it, I guess. Interesting. I mean, we're out of cards, so I mean, if they have a high impact card, okay. We at least get a win, guys. We drew pretty even with our deck. We drew pretty well land-wise, and we drew pretty even with like the spells we drew out of it. So that was a pretty good win for us. I probably would have played the field trip a turn earlier, but it is what it is. Yeah, I mean that's the one. That's like the good thing of lessons, right? That's also I think why they also nerfed the sideboard in Best of One, is because before having a board of 15 cards and having cards that could go into it would have been too broken for lessons, because you just filled up your sideboard with a bunch of lessons. We don't have any way to fix our mana, and we only have white mana, which is not very good with our hand that has black and green cards. So I think this is a mulligan. This is better. Yeah, I think it's better. We have Lash. Yeah, Leyline's not good here in this position. Humiliate's okay, but we don't have a creature, so it's like it's tough to play early. But Lash is gonna be very good to get rid of like an early pest that's gonna be in our way. Yeah, I mean that's the benefit, like the downfall of them, right? There's not really like that's like the compromise for being able to go into the sideboard and get a card, is the fact that it is kind of like one of those things that they are sorceries. I mean, just like any online card game, I guess, if you've played any of the other ones, I guess it's like however the algorithm for the most part works. And in that sense, like I don't think luck really matters per se. It also takes a level of skill. Like doing misplays will hurt you a lot more than getting a lucky draw off the top of your library kind of thing. So I do think there's like a little bit of luck, but you know, from playing over and over again, okay, we're just playing a game of us drawing all our lands. It's like a little bit of luck, but majority of it is kind of like a little bit of skill. Like you still need to know like how to properly sequence cards. Yeah, I'll still take one. I'm not scared of a 1/1. But if the sorceries were instants, yeah, that'd be a big problem. Okay. We're just having one of those games, aren't we? Having one of those games. We're just literally drew all the lands. 1, 2. This is like this is the game. This is the game telling us. Yeah. Like you can still play like a good deck, but could get unlucky with draws. Yeah, it's also not. It's not bad for bad for a free-to-play game. It's an okay system. I mean, the one downfall is you don't have a lot to do. You know, if you punish yourself like by wasting currency early off, but the game, as over time, you can definitely build up a decent collection and stuff without having to spend a dime, like, and then get into events and things like that. Kind of like what we're doing here. Okay, I was gonna say I don't think that has hexproof. Yeah, I guess we'll get a summon in. I don't really know. And that's one of those things. I think a lot of people look at like most online card games and they look at it in like a small area. They don't look at it in like the big picture, which yeah, that's a thing. Like, do like all the introduction stuff in MTG Arena. Like the color challenge is always good to get like initial decks, and then kind of once a day you get like a chance to unlock another like starter deck that's like 2 colors. Those are probably pretty good to also start off with before you really dive in and kind of figure out what you want to play. Because that's the thing. If you just dive in and start creating decks and not have a clear idea, the big problem is you kind of you know don't have a big direction per se of like what you're trying to build. But yeah, I would probably hold off, build up a decent collection of wild cards so that you can almost build a deck outright. All right, our opponent's literally playing like we've drawn our lands. So yeah, I honestly think we only lose this because we can't draw anything else but lands in our deck, unfortunately. Just got outdrawn per se. Yeah, I can't win a game if all I do is draw lands. And that's the unfortunate part in that sense. Like, I only lost because I drew a crap ton of lands. like this account I'm currently playing on, Victor, is actually an account that's free to play. Like I haven't spent a single dime on it. So everything I've gotten here is free to play. And that unfortunately sucks because, you know, I put in 1,500 and only got 100 back out. Yes. I don't know where I was going with that. It is what it is. Punished, I guess, right? Dramatic finale, sweet. Oh, it's yelling at me. The store's yelling at me. It's after 11, guys. That means daily deals. And white cards. Don't need any of them. They're all cosmetics. Don't need them. Those aren't real cards, so they're only cosmetics to make your cards look fancy. Not what to do, because that kind of because the thing is, I didn't even win enough games to then get enough for a quick draft. Like, if I would have won like another round or two, I would have had the 750 gems to then enter a quick draft afterwards. But it looks like we're just gonna play a little bit more of, you know what? Hold on one second. Let me switch screens. I kind of want to do another draft because I want like a redemption draft. I'm not really happy with the way that draft went. So I'm just gonna switch to my main account where I actually have some currency I can spend to hop in and get into a draft. Oh god. Oh god. Hit the caps lock. Everything went downhill after caps lock. Alright, we're loading in. Give me 1 second for it to load up and then I'm gonna hop into another draft. I just don't think that was like a very good draft to go out on. Got the final starter deck yesterday. Recommendations, cards for craft. Don't want to craft something. So I have a couple decks. Yeah, I have a couple decks on my channel that I posted. I do enjoy Witherbloom as like an idea from Strixhaven. It's pretty cool. It's like a mechanic that like you create these pests and whenever they die, you gain life. But then there's other cards that can then create more pests. But then whenever you gain life, you also then deal damage to your opponent. Those decks are pretty fun. Witherbloom, I think, could be a deck that lasts post rotation. We're kind of like 4 months out, so it's tough to really say what's going to stick out rotation-wise. Personally, I wouldn't look at a meta deck as a whole. Like a meta deck is not going to be a rotation deck because most of the meta decks play a heavy amount of whatchamacallit, a heavy amount of you know, older cards or cards that will rotate come September. So creating those decks would not be worth your while. So like I said, that's where it gets tough because there's not really like an idea of what's going to be the prominent deck per se. But I would look at decks that, you know, have, you know, more Zendikar Rise and more Call Time, more Strixhaven. Like that's why I like Witherbloom because it's very Strixhaven focused when it comes to mechanic. I mean, is another one? The non-basic lands get rotated. So like if there's any lands from, you know, M21, Ikoria, any of those sets, those will rotate out. So when a set completely rotates, it's the whole set, lands included. But basics are the only things that stay, and we don't really know what non-basics are going to be coming out in the next couple sets as rotation happens. Like we have the set coming out this got hit right. We have the set coming out in this summer for the D&D set, which could be pretty good. Not really sure. Maybe they add in something. Yeah, all the pathways will stay. The snarls will stay. Where are we at in this pack? Flunk's not bad. I like Flunk. Yeah, I think Flunk is actually like a very strong pull. So yeah, all the pathways, all the snarls. That's all we have so far, right? Pathways and snarls. They haven't, because they did pathways in 2 sets and snarls were in the most recent set. So we'll have to wait and see. Maybe they'll do like a new dual land kind of thing, or maybe a new fetch. Like that's the other thing. We don't really have a fetch land coming in currently in rotation. Yeah, definitely. I do enjoy lands. Lands kind of make or break a deck because if you have a lot of tap mana, you're gonna get punished in that sense. Overgrown Arch is pretty good. That's where I'm kind of like leaning, just because it can also sacrifice and learn. Field Trip's okay. Yeah, I'm not really strong in anything. I mean, the Relic Sloth is not bad. It's a 4/4 menace and vigilance. It's a big guy. I like Arch. I think Arch is the way to go. My my MTG arena thing popped up. Yeah, consistency is like real big. And pathways are a good land that comes in the battlefield untapped. But the one thing is there's a science into figuring out what side you need to put on the battlefield depending on the situation, which is like the one drawback to a pathway. That's why they're not like broken in a sense that you can change it to whatever color you need. But if you mess up like a pathway in the early game, it could affect your late game. Like you by mistake put like the red blue pathway on red, but you need blue in the late game. You're like, oh man, I should have put that pathway on the other color. Like, see this card here? Too expensive. Too much. How do I know about what cards will belong to what set? So the mana is like the symbol. So like in this right hand corner, or see where it's hard to say, but see where it says Human Warlock? There's that like bird. That means it's a Strixhaven card. Another good way is if you look at go online. There's a lot of like you can just look at like the set overview. Hold on, I gotta figure out what card I need. Summon in, I guess. Yeah. There's like set overview. So if you want to look in what's Strixhaven, you can just search up like Strixhaven set list, and you can see the whole list of cards based on color. I think Magic actually is a pretty good resource on their website where you can actually like they have it categorized, and you just click on a little thing and it'll show you like everything from whatever set and whatever color by color, and then I don't think it filters by rarity, so it's mixed in. And you can also go to the store under packs, and it will show you what I want to take the Snarl in this situation. I think Snarl's the best card. Yeah. Anything in white is technically current standard. Anything in bronze is technically historic, but just remember when it comes to rotation, anything in the last 4 sets before the bronze will be what's rotating. So anything from M21 back will be what's coming out. Yeah, is kind of like the best thing. I actually just yesterday did a video on rotation. I posted on the channel. Just kind of going over like my thoughts and stuff. Wow. I like Hunt in this situation. You get 2 campuses in a pack? Is that real? Yeah, these are the set symbols. And just to give you a heads up, it's Strixhaven, Call Time, and then Zendikar Rise will be the 3 sets that will at least go forward, plus the new D&D set, plus Innistrad in September. I think I take Hunt. I like Hunt. I don't know. What? Do I take Dark Ritual for the memes? Like, what? Like, what is that? I don't know what I'm gonna do with 3 black mana, but mono black ramp. I like Blood Researcher actually in this situation. I think Blood Researcher is probably the pick, but I mean, could have taken Dark Ritual. Guiding Voice isn't bad. Leyline's okay. I like Guiding Voice. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's tough. I do think it's sometimes the shuffler. It's somehow favored in Yori. I'm not saying it's favored in Yori Index, but sometimes that's how it feels. But at the same time too, it's like you ever play mono red and they always seem to have the perfect hand against you too. Yeah, there'll be Innistrad. They got rid of the January set and they got pushed up to November. Actually, it's the second Innistrad set. I think one's werewolves, the other one's vampires. This is not great. I guess no, I don't want that. I'll take this. I'm not a fan of whatever I just took, but what I just take. Oh, there it is, the Rescuer. Wow, it rotated. I like Infuse as a combat trick. I like combat tricks. Spirit Summon is not bad if I'm splashing white. Though, those Zephyr Boots could be decent for the loot effect. Even things flying's not bad. Yeah, the D&D set replaced M22. Guess we take the Fracture from this side. Take the Drake. Professor, sure. I'll take a nice solid 4-drop. Colony's not bad. And yeah. Could take another lesson for some removal. Pro creature has +1/+1, has vigilance and trample. Team Pennant. A 1 mana equipment could be good. Yeah, we'll play that. We'll give things trample and vigilance. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. They're actually doing double Innistrad, so it's like different. It's the first time in a while that they've done 2 sets that are very similar back to back. It's for a while it's been like this is like a standalone set, so it's definitely kind of gonna be kind of cool if they kind of do like a mini block. I guess is what. It's just what's open. I'm not drafting it because I like these colors. It's just what's open currently in the draft. Wow, another Devastating Mastery. Jeez. Devouring Tendrils is really good. I think Tendrils is the play. Just because it's a pretty strong removal. Pest Summoning's good. Mage Duel's good. Yeah, I guess I could take another lesson. I think I have a decent amount of learn cards, so might as well have some lessons to go with them. Well, thank you. Guiding Voice is really strong. Crux of Fate. Do I need like a board wipe just in case? Like a oh crap button? I feel like that's what I may need. I'll take a holy crap, there's too much on the board button kind of card. I'll take a mastery. Yeah. Yeah, blues. One thing I don't like about blue is because it's a very like reactive deck. It's not really aggressive, so like a lot of things. A lot of what blue does is kind of like it reacts to what you're doing. So like getting countered is not a fun mechanic per se, but it is a mechanic that should exist. I do like that there's an idea to kind of slow someone down. I think the witherbloom guy. Fracture yet again. Silverquill Campus is probably the pick. Spirit Summoning's okay, but I'll take this. I'll take the Silverquill just because it's available. Confuse or Honor Troll? What are my 6? Maybe we need a 3-drop. We'll grab an Honor Troll. Our opponent to our right is just full of packs at the moment. Spell Satchel's okay. Remove a counter. Add colorless. Remove 3 counters. Draw a card. Yeah, like I said, it's one of those things. I'll grab a Satchel. I'll throw it in the sideboard. See how we go with overall. Yeah, I mean that's the one thing. It's definitely Baleful is a solid card that just exiles straight up. It's like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We'll grab a Pupil. I'm not really sure where our deck is. Just realized our deck is like all over the place. We have a little bit of creatures, a little bit. Actually, I do think Arch plus Honor Troll is actually not a bad. I'll grab another one. I think Arch plus Honor Troll is gonna be pretty good. Gaining 2 life every time I tap Arch, not bad. In worst case scenario, always sacrifice. I just realized I had that as like a little like combat trick. Plus, like if we can get where is it? If we can get, do I not have one in this deck? If I can get more Blood Researchers too, that's a pretty good solid combo with like Arch, just gain a life whenever we need to. Wow, I'll take a Witherbloom. Witherbloom Apprentice, sure. I play a decent amount of spells. Like, Crux of Fate feels awkward, but I do like an idea, because there's sometimes where your opponent has a board full of things, and you're like, I just need one card that just resets the game almost, and I think Crux is not bad in that sense, and there's not a lot of, dragons, so I do think I luck out in that sense. Could use a couple more lessons, because we only have, what, 2? So. I think it's just a toss-up. I'll grab Ratio. Don't really need it. I mean, maybe we don't go white. Maybe we go, like, blue. Oh, Regrowth is not bad. It's not bad. I don't know if... never mind. This is a bomb pick right here. Poet's Quill. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, given something +1/+1 and lifelink. That's big plays. Mortality Spear is pretty solid because it's any non-land permanent. Field Trip's not bad. Guiding Voice isn't bad. Deadly Bruise not bad. I think the Spear just because it can hit a lot as well. Another Arch? Yeah, I'll take another Arch. I do like the ability to gain more mana. Though Doomblade's not bad. Yeah, it's a pretty strong combo. Yeah, I'll take a Gnarl Professor. Hands down. Easy. I'll take a 5-4 for 4. Trample and learn. Yeah. What is going on to my right? Wow. I put a Poet's Quill on something like a Nemagoth Titan. I think my opponent just scoops, as long as I have creatures on the battlefield. Wow. What is going on? That's all I can say. I tried Silverclaw deck there in draft, managed to get 2 wins, where one of my losses was horrible draft and 3 mulligans in a row. Yeah, it's sometimes that happens. I don't know if you saw, I just did one and it felt like that. I'll take Devouring Tendrils. That's a pretty solid removal. We have some pretty big creatures like Gnarl Professor. We have a Demagoth Titan. Yeah, we got some heavy hitters. Heavy hitters for sure in the deck. What? Do I take another one? Sure. Consistency? The idea of drawing a second Titan? Like, what is this? Yeah. Mage Duel? Sure. I mean, I don't even have to attack our block. I just start, Yeah. It's one of those things. You know what? We'll take the charge through just in case. I'll take a field trip. I guess. Where's my field trip? That was supposed no field trip's main board. Yeah, witherbloom surprisingly is open, or someone's like, I don't want to commit black and green. I'll take an expanded anatomy. Yeah, easy. I think I'm gonna drop white. I don't think white makes the cut. Unfortunately, I think the snarl and the campus has to go. But I think we're really heavy. At this point, we're heavy witherbloom. Like we're still over cards. Veil's not bad. Just giving something hexproof is pretty solid. Yeah, 10-11 trample. Sure, we'll grab a cram session. Wow, another charge there. Yeah, I'm all about it. Sure. All right. So our lessons aren't great. We only have 3, which kind of stinks. So we have Inkling, Pest, and we have Expanded Anatomy. Oh, look at that. Cancel. We're not gonna open my little treasure chest just yet. So we gotta cut a few cards. So I think we get rid of the Cipher. I can't go too heavy, Mortality Spear's fine, Gnarl Professor's fine, Professor. Wow, I have way too much going on here. Like, I think my deck is like, I'll get rid of the colony, I guess. I will say this, I don't really have a good way of producing a lot of tokens. Flunk is solid, I think, as an instant speed removal. Do you think I cut down on... I guess we get rid of the pledge, the pledge mage. As much as it's a decent card, I just, I don't know. I need to play more creatures in order to afford this 11-10. Field trip's okay. Tendrils is good. Wow, it's definitely tough. I don't think Apprentice makes the cut, to be quite honest. That's not the kind of deck we are. No, you know what? It works, though, because of Blood Researcher. But is Blood Researcher good at this point? Oh, man. Yeah, 10, 11 flyers are nice. Maybe get rid of one equipment. Like, we either cut the Team Pennant, but it gives it Vigilance and Trample, but not Lifelink. This gives it just Flying. You know what? Maybe get rid of the Charge Throws. As much as they draw me a card, it's like I have other ways of giving things Trample, and I don't mind my 11-10 hitting something for 11-10. Though doing the extra damage over is not bad. Is Professor awkward here? Maybe we get rid of the Professor. I like the one holy crap mage duel like effect, or Crux of Fate effect. I guess in case we're overwhelmed. Keep one charged, yeah. I don't think we need as much learn. You know what? I'm just gonna cut down these each to one. We'll keep 2 tendrils. We'll keep 1 flunk. Yeah, I think this is where we're at right now. 17, yeah. We just don't have any dual lands, which is kind of bad, but not terrible. Part of me wants to maybe put 1 campus in, even though we're not playing that color, just to have the ability to tap 4 and scry 1. Is always a pretty decent thing, but... yeah, I guess this is where we go. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I don't know what kind of deck it is, like how we're gonna do with it, but it seems... yeah, because we have the learn ability in some of the cards that we have. So like we don't have to put it in the main board. Crux is definitely a nice like reset the board button. So we're not doing too bad, I think, in that sense. I mean, I'm not mad. I mean, our hand stinks because we don't have any black, but it is what it is. I can still play Demagoth in this situation. Flying Titans for the win. Okay, Front's playing Magecraft. This is gonna be interesting. We'll play our Pennant. I need to draw another creature to have Sacrifice Fodder, or this this Demagoth Titan's not doing anything. I didn't mean another Demagoth Titan as my other card. That's fine. Baiting me to play your creatures. I got him down to 3. Then Crux, yeah. That's fine. All right. Guys, we only have one plan here, and that is just to play a giant Titan, to be quite honest, and just sit on it until we get creatures to sacrifice to it. That is literally what we can do with our deck. Our opponent's at 5 mana, which kind of stinks. They ramped up pretty nicely. Yeah. What do you think they have in the terms of removal, though? Alright, let's play big 11-10. I can't block, or I have to sacrifice itself. So you can attack him for free. But if I draw a card that's a creature, you're gonna get hit hard in the face. The choice is theirs, and theirs alone. I don't know what I would do if I was my opponent in this situation. Interesting. Don't make me sacrifice is an interesting play. I'm gonna play the Blood Drinker and see what they do. If they have anything to interact. Yeah, he froze on a Demagoth Titan with nothing on the board. Let's see what they do here. Are you gonna throw some things in front of it, or are you gonna take 11? Charge there?
Sure. That works. Give it -1 less damage, guys. Instead of doing 8 to their face, 9 to their face, we're doing 8. Yeah, you don't need that. Got a counter? Bounce spell? Something? I need to draw a cheap creature here, essentially. And I could have a good spot. No ramp for you. And I do have a land to, like, I can play this and just swing in. So if they think that I have to sacrifice something, they may go all out, which could be a plus to us. Yeah. Sure. Possibly. I will sacrifice its brother. The fact I've gotten 2 of them is ridiculous. Though I need to draw a creature, so I'm kind of I'm still not in a great spot. But I gotta draw a cheap creature. I still can't believe I got past 2 of them in my draft. Like, what is that? It's like the draft was like, you should take these. These are pretty good. Interesting. Keeping the toughness patch I got. I respect that. I guess we'll equip it. Next. I can't attack. Unfortunately, this is now just a big old 12-11 that just sits here because I don't have anything to go with it. Yeah, go for it. No blocks. I can't block. Creature. Creature or bust. We're a creature or bust right now. They have 6 mana open, so it's like, what do they do here? That's fine. Creature. Damn. Had a nice big old 12-11 with nothing to do with it. RIP. Didn't even draw removal. I feel like that game was just a big meme in itself. Let me just double check my deck real quick. Do I have any... What are my creatures like? Oh, I don't have Professor. I think I should play Professor. I think we get rid of... As much as Mastery's... I think we get rid of Mortality Spear. Yeah, I just need, I need stuff to sacrifice to it. It's kind of like the thing, right? So we need to just double check to make sure we have enough things to sacrifice. Like and subscribe. Well, I appreciate it, Mr. Game and Watch. Appreciate it. So I want to put in some sacrifice fodder, right? You know, that's like the one thing our deck needs. But you know, maybe just roll 42. I'm cool with 42. I am pretty cool with 42. Let's see what 42 does. The reason why you do 40 is because you want to make sure you draw the cards you want to draw, but it's not like a necessity. The opponent goes first. Our hand's okay. It's not great. This card's just calling our name currently, I guess. Not punished. I do think I wait on playing something like playing like the Demigods until we're a little bit more established, because I do think the problem was I was just kind of sitting back and not really doing much with Magic. Is definitely easy, but you know, interesting. I think we troll. Definitely fun. I do have a Witherbloom deck I'm playing on this account that I do play like in standard. This is my like free-to-play account. Well, no, this one's not my free-to-play account. This one's like my actual account. I spend like some currency on, you know, physical money, and then I have a free-to-play account where I don't spend anything. And I have a Witherbloom on that one. This is more of a redemption draft because I was a little little upset with my last draft. You have a play. Nice. And we will play Bloody Suture. And that keeps our Snakeskin Veil. Like, our Witherbloom deck's kind of like this weird mid-game. Oh, nice. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I'm trying to think of what we can do next for the Witherbloom deck, because the deck hasn't really changed. I haven't really gotten more currency for it, so it's like hard to like figure out like a video idea around, because like I don't want to just have a gameplay video, you know? I want like a video that, you know, shows off like some sort of special thing, but I've already kind of did the upgrade video. Do I flunk? I mean, actually, you know, I just realized this is like a solid play. Like, we're gonna gain a life, we're gonna gain 2 life. Like, we got a little combo going on, a little synergy. That's fine. Still gain a life. Have menace. Magecraft is whenever I cast. It's not regardless of whether or not you counter. I think our opponent is a little stuck on that point. Yeah, Bastion and Plum, great. And I think Dina's going to be the replacement for Bastion once Bastion rotates out. So I do think Witherbloom's going to be in a decent spot, unless something else becomes more powerful. That's fine. Well, I see your 6/6, and I raise you an 11/10. See, this is where you play your Blue Eyes White Dragon card on their Dark Magician. This is essentially the same effect, personally. They're counting their cards, so I'm kind of curious what they're doing here. Alright, that's fine. Sure. Stalemate. My favorite. Wait, what? What's up? We're brothers? I have no idea who you're actually talking about, to be quite honest. What our opponents should do in this situation is they should attack, right? Like, that is like what they should do and make me start sacrificing things. Oh, okay, gotcha. Sorry, it's like that joke like literally went. Like I've watched it like way back in the day, but I haven't like watched Yu-Gi-Oh. He creates Yu-Gi-Oh. Kind of got it. Oh. Oh. Oh, you know why? That's probably the wrong play. Content plays! Yeah, it's fine. Honor Troll can go away, it's fine. You both sound similar and both ginger. Interesting. I have a 14-13. What do you want to do about it? It doesn't have trample. Dang it. I'll gain 14 life. I'm happy about it. I'm at 36. I thought this gave... I forgot it didn't give trample. So, it's fine. That's fine. So, the thing is, they think they could probably attack in. The question is, do they have a counter spell? Like, that's my one concern here. So, I can go with this block and see what they do. And I can give this hexproof, which then pumps it and then pumps it. Now, if they have a counter spell, this kind of, unfortunately, you know, counteracts that, but that's expert. We can't do anything about it now. Okay, so we're not interested in position right now, right? I'm gonna attack him for 8. They're not gaining life. I'm gonna be at 30. I'm in a good spot here. As Menace, they have to double block if they want to not take the 8. As Menace, there you go. If they do anything to the Blood Researcher, I can just wipe the board. So I'm in that position of I feel okay with what's going on. Attack and wipe. I'm not gonna wipe, I don't think. Never seen Forward Squill. Yeah, it's a pretty good card. It's a solid card for draft just because, like you see now, I'm gaining like 9 life a turn. This is probably where I wipe the board because I'm in a better position to wipe the board than before. I'd rather them play out stuff. Sure, I take some damage in the process, but I think I'm in a better spot. And plus now, it's a rare. It's if I have enough to, I'll gain some life and then wipe the board. But yeah, Quill is definitely a bomb in draft. It's a big play. If they have a trick, it's fine. They're counting up everything as if, yeah, sure. Destroy all dragons, guys. Make sure we destroy all dragons. And that's how you kind of reset the board in a position to make it more favorable. Sure. Now we just gotta draw better bombs, you know? I like equip cards. Yeah, they're pretty good in draft because their effect here. Yeah, it's fine. I'm not worried about their 3/3. If I can get a fight spell soon, it will change everything. Plus we're at 18, like we're in a good spot. Yeah, black equip cards are definitely good. We equip here. We attack him with everything. We attack him with the flyer and then the 5/4. Those dragon cards definitely got scared there for a little bit. Interesting. So they must have some sort of play. I don't know because they don't have. They may have some spells. I'm kind of lost. Like they took 5. Sure. Sure. Like they're dead twice in the air, essentially, right? And we drew another equipment, so it just seals the game because this gives creature flying. Yeah, see, that's the one thing I'm actually excited for rotation is once Embercleave rotates and like the power of Throne of Eldraine kind of goes away, it's gonna leave room for other things to kind of like blow up, I guess, if that makes sense. Like there's a lot of stuff I don't think that's seen play because the power. Yeah. Like Throne has just been like that thorn in standard size for the past 2 years it's been out, but unfortunately. Like the idea of adventures is just one of those things they should never do again. I think modal's like a more fair option because it's like you have to choose one or the other. You don't get to do both. Yeah. Ugh. Alright guys, so we drew all the equipments that our deck consists of, all in the first hand. Do we risk it? I think we risk it for the lulz. Yeah, I'll be doing another one next weekend. I do them every Saturday, so I do appreciate you stopping by. someone foretold the other day. I was like, oh yeah, call time exists. Yeah, see, exactly. Like, you don't even realize. We'll do this. Yeah, Ventures is just, you get too much effect, and then once they play the one side, it's like the other side is still playable. So it's like, and it goes into a protected exile area that you can't technically get rid of. So I think that's the one problem with it. Yeah. Can I play all the equipments? It has equipment, sir? If I draw a land, I mean, Inkling Summon's probably the best thing here because we can put Pennant on it, give it +1/+1 and Vigilance to trample in the air. Sure. Learn is definitely a fun mechanic. I do like it. Sure, the lessons aren't the most powerful cards, but they're good. In Limited, it's very good. Like, I do think also Sciences is a strong card that's going to help fix mana in, like, standard rotation. Like, I do think Lessons is going to be the way to do that. That party. Yeah, party will definitely get a boost. I mean, all the party cards that would be in a party are in D&D, like, 4, I guess. Alright. Now we're off to the races, guys. We got our 2-1. 2-1 flyer. I know, it's crazy. Yeah, see, yeah, party's a mechanic that exists. It's like all these mechanics have just gotten brushed underneath like the rug for the time being because it's like, you know what? Here's some good cards from last year. Let's play those cards instead at the moment. I do think the only deck that's really like interesting that is playable is like that Magecraft style deck. That's not too bad. It's not like top tier, but it's definitely a fun card. It's a it costs 1. The pen. It costs 1 for a token. It costs 3 for a non-token. Yeah, you can draw a card. Let's get rid of your annoying dragon. You can draw a card. I mean, you can counter it too. They can counter it. What color? You know what's very interesting? I could see like there being like sure. Look at my hand. I don't have any more. I have one. I have 1 copy of that card. If I had multiple copies of that card, he'd be like big surprise. I may hold back on attacking per se, because this one can block their 2-1. Like this makes their I can sit back. Our opponent's probably like, holy crap! But this deck, it's just like they're missing. Wait, what? Oh, I hit the wrong side. I was like, wait, what? Yeah, we're not attacking. You have Death Touch. But now this makes their 1/1 block attack useless, and they can only hit me for 2, so it slows it down just a little bit. Sure. If only we could draw mana, you know? I mean, they could have a combat trick, though, right? Lisette? Okay. Just hopefully I don't get to 5 mana, or your board's, like, wiped. I'll take 2. I'm not in a position that I'm worried about. Just equip everything to it. This will be the strongest Poet's Quill ever. Yeah, you should get a choice screen. It should pop up like it's like one side or the other. Maybe like it was like a weird bug. Oh god. I would attack with their Lisette if I was them. Right? That's probably the play. Because you you make me think about if I need to sacrifice my 4/4 here, or my 4/3. Okay, our opponent's literally playing into the idea of us possibly not drawing our lands. If I draw a land of any color here, right? Voltron Quill, exactly. Silver Quill Inkling Voltron. If I can draw a green mana, easily a mage. I'm not gonna block. Easily a mage duel. It could be my downfall. They can win the following turn, but I'm gonna let them attack me. The goal is you don't want me to gain life. So you only attack with your 4/4. I don't know what the thought process here. This is the line you want to take. No blocks. All right, let's sit back. The idea here is if they play... Sure. Like I'm on the fence of like, let's just hope that they don't draw much. Yeah. The deck of many things isn't interesting. Yeah. I'm a big fan of the new like what is that? You need to specify what land. I need 1 forest, please. 1 forest, please, thank you. Are they doing the math right now to see if they can kill me? Because they can't kill me on board, right? God. Sure. But this puts them in a weird position if I was them, right? So, gain 4, 1... Yeah, I'm still alive. Because I gained 4. And now, I gain life. Because you're tapped out. Up to 7. Crux of Fate. And we reset. Now, can we just draw some green mana and then my hand's actually playable? No. Punished. They know I have a bunch of green cards. Oh, man, snap! Yeah! We're coming back! Never mind! All right. Don't tell me they have another counter. I auto pet. Shortest comeback ever, yeah, I know. They should attack, yeah. Hunt for specimens is real big here. Yeah, this is fine. This is perfectly fine. we're like sitting on these pests, it's like yeets. Sure. I will block. I will gain a life. Oh man, good deck for a historic best of one. You know what's actually, to be quite honest, I don't play a lot of historic. Not saying like it's a bad thing. It's just it's tough for me to recommend when I don't play it a lot. Grow, my creature, grow. So it's definitely a tough one. I know auras is pretty good, like blue-white auras, right? So yeah, it's definitely like one of those things. It's like tough per se on exactly where to go. Goblins is always good. Sure. That was probably a mishap on my part. I didn't think they had another combat trick. They attack him for 5? Okay, that's fair. I'm not dead. Search for Muxus, yeah, you got yourself a friendly neighborhood of goblins. Yeah, exactly. I mean, sometimes you do come up blank, which is okay. Honor Troll. I choose you. Life Gain Angels is also fun. That's another fun deck. I don't know how super competitive it is, but it is a deck that is pretty good when it comes to like consistency as well. For sure. Hexproof. So this is where it gets awkward for them, right? Because technically I have enough to double block their Quandrix Pledge Mage. And I'm okay with that, right? Do they have the removal in their board? They have a Fractal. That's fine. You play Jeskai in control? Yeah, it's one of those things. I guess it depends on what you're really into, like when it comes to like what style of deck you want to play. If they do play I can take the 6. So if they attack, I can take the 6. And I think putting out my Demagoth Titan can be pretty good. And then attacking it aggressively back, right? Like, for them to tap out is, I don't think, the play on their end. I will take the 7. So I can swing back again for 4, if not more. Like, they know I have a card that just, like... Yeah, I don't need that. like beatdown decks. Beatdown decks are fun. They make the games go quicker. Control does take a little bit longer. Like, I don't think they have a good attack here. Because they're getting low themselves, right? And, like, I could chump something into this and have it come back and just trigger, you know, have another trigger happen. Are they doing math? Build decks are fun. There's a lot of good mill cards in Historic. I mean, there's also good mill cards in Standard, but no one. I don't like playing against mill. It's not a fun thing to play against. All right, let's see what they do here. It's just a 2/2. If I get a land, it becomes a 4/4. I don't think I attack if I'm them. Unless they have like a big play to follow it up with, right? Well, I drew my land. So, punished. Nothing good in the daily deals? Okay. That's. I was gonna ask like if anyone checked it out. I haven't checked it out because I've been in here. I guess let's play our big ol' 11-10 and we'll say go. Right? Yeah, I still have mana open if I play both. This game has been a grind. Like, I didn't expect this game to go on as long as it did. And like, this puts them in an awkward position now because this 11-10 is pretty pog. Like, when it comes to like moves. It's like this is like, here's my trump card kind of thing. I can't do anything there. I don't want to sacrifice it. Yeah, I can go to my board. We'll just get an Expanded Anatomy. We'll just sack for 6 in the air. Right? Game. Louses. Just cosmetics. Not bad. Alright, that's game number... I don't even know how many games we played. We're silver ranked tier 1 in draft now. That's pretty good. I don't play a lot of draft rank, so, you know, it's fine. I like that we came back. That Crux definitely helped. We're 2-1. Play a Pex. I don't really need too much. I guess I don't have a complete set of academic probations on this on my main account. And we got some extra vault rewards because we got enough commons and uncommons, which I think is the reason why I think draft is so good as well. For all the archetypes? Oh. Go to the card shop, buy some paper cards. Yeah, you know, I really wish I had a store nearby, to be quite honest. That's the one thing I do miss is going to like a, you know, playing paper draft or playing physical cards. I do buy like them online, but it's just not the same, you know, than having physical cards and playing amongst other people. Like, I do miss that aspect of being, you know, playing Magic online for the most part. Though I do think, aren't there codes right now for the packs? This is a pretty good hand. I mean, it's not great, but it's pretty good. Isn't there a code to get like all the packs or all the sleeves? If I'm not mistaken. For the schools, or are you talking about something else? Game & Watch. Now I just need to draw some creatures, get some presents on the board. That's a 1/3. That's not great. This is the deck that stinks because it taxes. Yeah, if you go on my community tab, 7 minus. If you go on my community tab, right? There should be for all the schools. I'll let them take a card. I can't minus this in a way that it's impactful because they don't have enough. So if they get rid of like my 4-drop, it's fine. Gotcha. They actually got rid of it, which is kind of surprising. Well, if I was them, I wouldn't play any other cards, right? You wouldn't drop your hand because you easily know if you go down like 3 cards, your creature's dead. mean, I could Crux and just reset, right? Because I'm behind. What is the chances though that they have like a humiliate or something like that? I think we set back again. See if they unload. They don't know we have Crux. If they go to our hand again, then we get punished. But that's, you know, it's one of those things. I just think it's too early. Like I'm not under that much pressure. I'm getting hit for 4. I do think that they are playing purposely into like not playing too much. It's fine. Wait, whenever a permanent enters the battlefield causes a trigger ability to trigger, that player must play 2. I mean, I'm still gonna kill it, but it's still funny that they got their own card countered. So. It's fine. Your ETB effect doesn't actually work. Still fine. Yeah, the drinker is cool. I mean, like this isn't bad now. I do think this is pretty good. Infuse will help our blood researcher. Sweet. Yeah, I think this is a silver cold deck. I mean, it seems like a pretty solid deck overall. That's fine. I can still block whatever, right? So like they want to pass the counters around. Personally, I would have put the +1/+1 counters here, so if this does die, it just gets bounced to another. You get 3 counters bounced to another thing. If this now dies, it doesn't do much. Like that's like the one thing. Like this is one of those situations that the +1/+1 counter is not in a good spot where it currently is. Pass 2 attackers. You know I'm gonna block. Like I don't understand. Like you know this is gonna happen, right? All right, so hold on real quick. Let's just think about this real quick. So I block here. 2 counters go either here or here. This becomes a 5/5. Or this becomes a 4/4. So let's just see what happens. Okay, that's fine. I feel like Red Blue Forgot Its Name has so much potential with their usually... Yeah, I mean, that's... Red Blue's pretty good. I do think this is a spot where possibly I think about, you know, wiping the board. And menace. All right, I'm not mad. It turned out to be a pretty good sequence of events there. Gained some life, killed the creature. Pretty good, you know? Sure, I'll take 5 if you decide to attack. I'm not in any position that I'm worried about them. Like, I have a ability to wipe the board if they kill, like, my Blood Drinker here, for example. I'm not dead to whatever that is. This could be a situation where I probably attack in, and then all I do is I wipe the board, and then and then they're top decking, you know. But I probably do it this way, right? I probably do it this way, get as much damage in as possible. That actually isn't the right play. I just realized because of it's whatever. If they kill this, I'm dead. If not, this is a misplay on my part. I should just Crux instead of worrying about it. That's fine. Let's see what they get. Land. Oh, yeah, we Crux. Destroy all non-dragon creatures. Reset the board. It's 11-3. We can go to our board. We can go to our sideboard, get a pest summon, and get some 1/1 pest, get some life gain there. get an equipment card. Like, we have some plays. Get the land first. I was like, wait, why can't I go my sideboard? We got the pest summon in. We'll create some pests. And now we have a decent board presence that can hopefully be okay with like keeping us alive. We are alive. We are still alive. We're in a good spot. Our opponent is in top deck mode. I think I have some pretty decent top decks that are still left in my deck to kind of pick up. But we're the aggressors now. We are fighting. Our opponent's sitting back. I like big legs, big pog. That's not a play. That's not a good. That's not a good draw though. Pest rule. Pest rule. They have a removal. You can see the pause. I guess they're wondering if it's worth it though, because who knows what I drew. I guess to them it's worth to remove that. You like the chill music? Yeah, it's this thing on Spotify called Stream Beats. It's pretty good. It's a lot of like this chill kind of like lo-fi style music piece. We'll equip. Yeah, we will do two. We'll do one over if you block. We'll end turn. We'll hold the card in our hand. We'll be like those cool people and put stops here. Like, yeah, we have things. We secretly have things. And then this will like maybe debate. What does the card do? No, I want to see what this card does. Sure. Yeah, String Beats is pretty good. And we lost because they got it flying. String Beats. I don't know if you're joking about string beats, like string to beats, like physical food. But yeah, it's pretty sweet. It's by a creator named Harris Heller. It depends if you know who that is. Let's do one more. I got a hard stop at 12:30. I have to get ready for a barbecue this afternoon, so I gotta get in the shower and stuff. But we'll do a hard stop in after this game, depending on how long it takes. Opponent goes first. Very heavy green hand. I think I keep though. I honestly feel like we have a higher chance of drawing black mana in this deck, so I keep. As much as my play is not to, I can always field trip for a discard and draw effect. I can always loot if need be. Yeah, our opponent saw Team Pennant and they're like, wait, what's going on? What is our opponent trying to do to us? Gnarled Professor's pretty solid. Yeah, we're mono green equipments. Just gonna throw it out there. See, it's pretty crazy. Barbecue invite us? Nah, unfortunately, fortunately it's a little small gathering. It's not very big and whatever. Do I gnarl? Do I take the 3 and yeah, I think I take the 3 just for basic. Because next turn we can play Professor. We'll take the Pest Summon in because it's solid. But we have enough mana to now play Professor, so I do think that's pretty good. It's fine. Attack for 3. They tap out. That's perfect. Flunk is solid, but not great. So we'll play Professor. We'll learn again. Yeah, I mean, I'll be doing another live stream next weekend, like is my kind of schedule right now. And then, you know, of course the videos will pop out throughout the week, usually Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays I try for. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out, whoever comes and hangs out, liking the stream and whatnot. I don't really know how streams really work on YouTube, but it's pretty cool to hang out and just chill and chit chat. Our opponent's now thinking, I think, do I attack? Sure. I don't have reach, but I do have a creature in my hand that does. What if I gave my Gnarled Professor flying? Big play. Sweet. I like big plays. And black mana. Let's attack him for 6. Vigilance. Alright, they're taking it. Do I leave removal open? Do I play... I could equip and just get this flying, but then the shields are down. We say go. I think we step back and we keep removal open. I can't actually remove this because I don't have the 2 extra. But I'm not really worried about their 4-2 in the air at the moment. I kind of want to see what they're going to play, if they do play anything. Fractal, that's fine. Kill with fire. Kill him with fire! Also, main board Fractal's a little weird. Alright, I have a play here. Interesting. Right, do I have enough mana? That's 4 lands. So if I do this, right? And then I mage duel now for 1. I have 4 left over I have 2 left over to pay the ward. And now I have 1 mana left over. So now I have an 8-4 or 7-6. So now this like completely flips the game on them because now I have a 7-6 that they have to deal with. Sure. But I actually think that's on defense, if anything. Because now I can expand an anatomy, unless they have a counter. Hit you for 9? It's a 9/8 trampler, so you're gonna hit for all of it regardless if you block or not. Pest summoning, I guess, for the life gain. If they want to counter it, they counter it. It's fine. Next turn, I can literally give a pest fly-in. Like I have, yeah. I had lethal there. The boots don't give fly-in though. But guys, this is a hard out. I do apologize. I know I didn't get to finish up the draft. I appreciate you guys all being here, hitting the like button on the stream, and all that jazz. I do appreciate it. It was a fun little 3-hour guide today. You know, I'll probably be back next Saturday with another live stream. So definitely appreciate you guys hanging out. But until next time, I'll